discuss first?
I think we'll just jump right in, right? We'll jump right
We
in.
could
We won't
discuss
do,
your mom.
Wow, how original, Relic. How original.
God damn. Welcome
Yo,
to the 90s or
mama.
whatever.
I haven't heard that
90s
one
comebacks.
before.
Jesus
I know you
Christ.
haven't because she gets around.
I think we're jumping right
Wow.
into it. We won't do the fucking intro song or nothing. We'll just get right into talking because we got a lot to catch up on, boys. We
No
really do.
intro today, dude?
Yeah, no fucking extra time for these people. We're gonna jump right into this
What?
fucking
No.
madness. Hey, you know what, dude? I made that song.
Really?
Like, I literally mixed that
It's
song
still a
myself.
cool intro.
That's why
Dude,
I would never get it. That's why it never gets monetized because it's my own fucking original song.
Sick. Wait, but
Yeah.
that means it can get monetized because it's yours.
It's mine. Well, no, they can't kick me off because
They
don't
can't
have
claim
any
it.
references.
Yeah.
They can't claim it from a writer.
Dude,
Other
you
than
need
it being like a part of like Mario or whatever. But yeah, we're gonna jump right into this, boys. No intro. We're gonna just go right into
Sick.
it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna mute us. I hope it doesn't. That'd be fucking weird, wouldn't it? Yeah, let's see how it works. There we go. Right.
Okay.
Everybody, welcome back. It's the Average Boyz podcast with your boy Crispy. I'm here joined by the Relic and Derpy. It's good to see you guys. Boys, how is it going? I feel like it's, I've been I don't know if you guys noticed, but I've been doing it like almost every other, like 2 weeks, and then I'll do a show, 2 weeks to the show. But it's because like fucking Marvel, bro, and DC, like they're not doing anything, man.
Dude, but I could always talk, man. Like,
No,
I look forward to this. And then like, I would be sitting here, I got my whole setup, and then I'd be like, yo, so we on? And you're like, nah.
It's
I'm
just
like, son of
hearing, it just ends up being like people just hearing me bitch about stuff that doesn't make me happy. And it's like,
well, we could always talk about like what makes you happy. Like,
I could just go outside and like, fucking go for a walk and not be so angry. I'm like Vegeta, dude, when he comes to Earth and they're trying to take him places to be nice, and he's just like, flowers, fucking soda, like I'm just so angry all the time. But yeah, it's good to see you guys, man.
Good to see you too.
Last time we did a show, it was cool. We talked a little bit. Derpy jumped off real quick, but like he's back, baby. He's back on the crowd, mama.
Yeah.
Hey, Derpy, congratulations. You've been doing good on your stream stuff on your side of the world, man. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Shit's hard, dude. Like, so up and up. Shout out to the Answers and all the boys over there. And you know what? I thought of you the other day, Derpy, because I got to go to my first local like college baseball game. I'd never been to that shit in mind. You saw the picture?
Yeah, I saw the picture and I saw your Insta.
Yeah, I was out there, man, and I thought it was really cool. I'd never been out there. I got invited, of course, by the wrestling organization Combat Cult. They were like, "Hey, come through, come check it out. We're doing a lucha day at the UTRGV. UTRGV is our local college, and they were like lucha day at the park, and they would have the lucha going on, and then the game started. So all the crowd was like around the wrestling dudes, and it was wild, dude. It was super cool. And then I think in like the 7th inning stretch is when they were like, all right, break time. Come over here and check out the wrestling again. So yeah, it was really cool, man. I'd never been out there. The weather was perfect. Like, and the hometown college won. So good to see, right? But they're not your typical like college regional, like nationals kind of shit, right? I think they're like in a subpar UTRGV. I don't know how to explain it. Like, you probably know this shit more than I do. Hi everyone, thank you guys for joining the chat with us, man.
What's up, ladies?
What's up?
But you know what I mean, right? You know how they have like the different divisions.
Yeah.
So our division's got to be like bottom because we're, I don't know, man, bottom of the barrel. We're Mexicans, bro, so no one knows we exist. Nah,
You're just the barrel.
Yeah.
You're just the barrel, dude.
Security guards are just a bunch of ice dudes just trying to catch everybody. Like, it's so crazy. Like, the minority in my area are white people. Like, there's like no white people in my area. Everybody's just Mexican down here. It's crazy. But yeah, I had a really good time, man. And I didn't think I was going to tell you the truth. I was like, baseball, like it's just dudes hitting balls or whatever. But no, man, like I think it was more of the audience like getting involved and them cheering and doing shit that really kind of like, oh fuck, like, yeah, get him, dude, fucking knock him out. Or I don't know what I'm looking at here.
I'm in the same boat, dude. Like, I could never watch baseball on TV, but I've been to a Red Sox game. I've been to like a Bees game, and when you're there, man, it is hype, dude.
Yeah.
It is freaking
Very
awesome.
much is.
I being like the major baseball leagues are got to be super entertaining, like really hyper entertaining.
It's super entertaining. It's really like it's just the
It
environment.
really
It's
depends if
awesome.
you're good.
Yeah, straight. The other entertaining
Depends
news
if
is
you're good or not.
huh?
I said it depends if you're good or not, but
Yeah, straight. Yeah, that's 100%. But another thing in the news, I don't know if you guys are into this stuff, but Tekaru knocked out Rotang in fucking
Oh, I
one.
heard that. Yeah, I was like, what?
That was fucking
I-
crazy,
Dude, like it's his first knockout ever. Like he it's the first time he's ever been knocked out, right?
Yeah, and 4 times as a matter of fact in the round. Like he got dropped 4 times.
Yeah,
It was
definitely
a
super
crazy
concussed.
slugfest, dude.
Yeah,
It was a
yeah.
crazy slugfest. But yeah, super hype match. If you guys are into Muay Thai kickboxing or any type of kickboxing,
Yeah, well, it was also
definitely a
bound
must-watch.
to happen because he does let people like roundhouse kick his face sometimes.
Yeah,
and,
he
like,
lets them fucking square up,
Yeah,
and both of them are doing that actually in this round.
yeah,
It was-
he watched way too much anime. Just let
Anime.
people punch him
I
for years.
dare you, or whatever. Yeah, it was a
Caught up
a
to him.
great match. If you guys
Yeah.
haven't seen it, go check it out.
I did
We-
see it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't
that
see it
was
live, but I saw it later because the new
Super
like it
dope.
was everywhere.
And then the other thing was the UFC did a fight, and for me it was like 3 a.m. in the morning. Oh, it was the fucking worst, dude. Trying to
No,
stay
I didn't
awake and
watch
that shit.
I didn't
That was
watch anything.
Prates,
UFC.
the one of the super nerds guys, the fighting nerds.
I heard, but I don't know anything that's
It was a
going
good-
on.
it was a good
Dude, ever
slugging.
since they got Paramount, like I feel like I have gotten zero news. Ever since they've been on Paramount, zero news, nothing that like sparks my interest. Like
Paramount ruining everything already.
well,
those
like
fucking
Paramount's
bastards.
like the worst streaming service. It
Buying
lags like
WWE,
hell.
Those bastards.
Yeah.
Nah,
No, it's
but
just it's like with all that money, why couldn't you invest in like getting a few
Advertising.
extra servers on your streaming service so it doesn't lag anymore?
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good
Like-
fucking point.
I go to Amazon Prime to see if there's anything on Paramount so I can watch it on Amazon.
I just fire stick everything, dude. I am not gonna pay for any of this stuff, dude.
Oh, I
you
don't.
jailbreak.
I get everybody else's account. My mom, my brother,
Yeah,
my sisters, like they all got
give it
account.
to me,
Yeah.
baby. I am not paying
Sell the
for
high
any of this
seas.
stuff. That's crazy. Yeah, other than that, I think WrestleMania happened. We didn't really talk about that. I don't know if
give
you
a
guys are
damn
into
about
that stuff.
WrestleMania.
it was all right.
I saw I Show Speed went up,
Yeah,
which I think
it was funny
WWE adding Logan and I Show Speed is a smart move for them.
marketing.
Like they're gonna reach a lot of people real fast.
A lot
dude.
of young people.
Yeah, man. That's all you need.
A lot of freaking.
That's all you need because
losers.
Marvel can't do that. Yeah, Marvel and Star Wars can't do that. Fucking
Well, yeah, they killed him.
just put I Show Speed in the fucking movies already. Like have him be in the Avengers. Like goddamn.
Actually, so I have a little quick
A
take
theory.
on that. No, it's like it's great that I Show Speed and these TikTok dudes are doing all this stuff, but they have a shelf life.
Yeah, of
Like
course.
you, like some of the first people to get out of it was Logan and Jake Paul. Say what you want about them, I don't like them, but they were able to mature their content because these prank channels or these high energy, like crazy weird channels like I Show Speed and all that, like they gravitate to like the teenagers,
Yes.
people doing stupid stuff, and then teenagers don't want to see older dudes in their 30s doing that. People don't want to see 30-year-olds don't want to see other 30-year-olds pulling stupid pranks and being retarded. So it's like you have a shelf life. You're not going to be able to do this kind of content forever. So all their content will transform at some point. And funny enough, WWE is like helps these guys transform. So I Show Speed. Logan Paul is Logan Paul the one that went to WWE?
Logan Paul.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like if you want to make sure that your career survives after you've been an idiot on the internet for like 10 years, go to the WWE,
WWE.
and hopefully you have
Yeah.
some talent, and you could change your content after that. But yeah, like
Yeah. I think that's absolutely correct. I think I Show Speed, but he's like so much different than the way the Paul brothers carry themselves, right? Because when he does his international, like he
Yeah.
literally gets the communities involved rather than like the Logan Pauls and these guys that used to just go and do like you said, like the pranking shit. Like when Logan Paul went to Japan and he's like buying fish and fucking shoving in his ass and walking around like with the tail sticking out. Where
but like I Show
Speed-
Speed's not gonna be able to do the whole barking at people thing.
Oh, but he still does that
yeah.
stuff. But like he
Yeah.
tells people about the meetups,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
they expect to kind of like see what he does in those meetups when they see him do it online already, because he establishes those like a template. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
when he went to China, of course, he dealt with like some very like obscure comedy of like that culture when it comes to like being like a person of diversity or whatnot.
Yeah.
But like
Well,
he
like it's
played it
also
off
like
like a G, dude.
he like I bet he has like a marketing company and like people like a team to make sure that he doesn't fall off, because
Yeah, of course.
it's kind of like Elvis and Michael Jackson. Like they went through so much that other celebrities can actually not make the
Follow.
same screw ups,
Yeah, they can
not
follow
get
like the
into
template.
drugs, not get involved with women, all that stuff.
Yeah, we saw how
So-
that went.
Yeah.
yeah, we saw how that went. What's up, Silva? Right now in my time, it's 8:30, and I believe the boys, you guys are at 9:30, right?
9:30. Yeah.
Yeah, you too, Derpy. 9:30. 9:34.
9:34.
Good
Yeah.
stuff. Good stuff. Yo, yo, yo. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Did you see my private
Yeah.
chat?
Oh yeah.
We're just chilling.
Yeah, just
For
chilling
now.
out. We're just catching up. We haven't really seen each other in like a week. That
Yeah.
reminds me, Derps. I know you're the man of the hour. Too sweet to be sour, baby. You're the guy that kind of watches most of the conventions and the live streams. Did you get to see that they did? What was it? Twitch anniversary, Twitch, right?
No. I'm just saying it's my Twitch anniversary this week.
Oh, okay. What do
Yeah.
you mean? Tell me about it, bro. How long have you been on Twitch?
Even though
goddammit?
Relic prefers kick, but
It's
We're
okay.
both for degenerates either way.
Yeah,
that's
it's
fair
okay.
enough. That's fair
Yeah,
enough.
that's fair
Relic.
enough. I was gonna say Twitch is so hard, bro. But like, so how long have you been doing Twitch? Has it been 1 year? Or is it more than that?
It's been 6 years actually now.
Damn, dude, that's fucking
May
hardcore.
6th in 3 days. It'll be.
And what are
6
you
years.
pulling on Twitch when you get to go up there?
Oh, I mean,
It
sometimes
varies.
it's just mostly gaming. Sometimes it's my Steelers
stuff.
podcast, but it's mostly gaming.
Excellent
Uh,
stuff. Excellent
yeah.
stuff, dude.
But I was just
Oh,
gonna
what
have an anniversary stream that on Wednesday, so I just wanted to.
Silva, what part of Mexico are you from? That's cool,
From
man.
Montreal,
That's
a
super
little
cool. Yeah, I want to know. We're like super close to Mexico. I live in the Rio Grande Valley, dude. So it's good to know. Little familia aquí, neighbors. Hey, so Derp, what are you playing right now as a gamer? Derpy Gaming Entertainment.
Well, right now I'm currently playing Black Flag.
Oh, okay, Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, the
Wait, what'd you
old
call me?
version.
But I'm
You trope.
good joke.
Hold up.
Good joke. Good joke. I got.
Are you
No.
gonna do like the full thing or no? Laters. What's up? Nice to see you guys. What are you
Yeah,
playing the full game through?
yeah.
Like the playthrough?
Yeah.
Taco
'Cause,
Moocher,
there's-
that's his name. Sick.
Taco
There's a
Moocher.
remaster or remake coming out, so I'm gonna play it. I've actually
Dope.
never played it before, so
So you're doing your run through right now?
yeah.
So as a gamer, let me ask you this, because it's like, it's different from doing like, commentary or podcasting. What's your typical template schedule for your gaming processing and all that stuff for uploads? Like, what do you do?
You mean for YouTube or just to Twitch in general?
Whichever, because like the way I mean is like sometimes, like, let's say you look at Game Grumps, right? Game Grumps is like a super like long going, super popular like gaming site, right? What they would do, or Oni plays, is they'll play a game. Let's say we're playing Sonic Adventures, right? Sonic Adventures
Right.
3. We're gonna do a gameplay and we're gonna release 10 minutes, but we're gonna literally play 2.5 hours or 3
Parts.
hours of us
Yeah,
playing it,
parts
and then cut it into sections. But what they'll
Right.
do is they'll do like 4 or 5 games that way, and then 1 week release Sonic, the next week release Kirby, the next week do Smash Brothers, the next week do you have it kind of like that, or do you do like the playthrough and
I
then you
just do the
stop
playthrough.
and then you just jump on and do the playthrough again?
Yeah, I just do that. The
Good
playthrough
shit.
and then-
Good shit. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. And how long do your fucking playthroughs go through, man? How long are you out there?
I used to do like at least 5 hours.
Fuck.
Damn.
Jesus
I
Christ,
used
man.
to do it, maybe even more, but now I don't.
Now that you're an older man.
Now I can't even make it past an hour, really.
Now that I'm an older man, I got a nap between
Right.
this shit, dude.
Right.
It's
But I'm
fucking
gonna
hard.
try to get back like to actual 2 hour, 3 hour streams.
Oh, good shit,
on
man. Good shit.
Twitch.
Right
Especially with
now,
this anniversary this Wednesday. So
good, man. What's your MO? What are you gonna do for your anniversary, dude? One, we know
probably,
you're gonna take off your shirt.
heck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing derpy shirts.
Show them titties, dude.
Show them titties, baby.
Show them the knockers.
Yeah.
Show them the
Roll
knocks,
them.
man.
Roll them.
No,
What do you have planned? What do you have planned?
I might, depending on Relic if he wants to join or not, because I know you're gonna
Nice.
be busy, but I might invite him on if he wants to play some games.
On
some party
Wednesday?
games. Yeah, Wednesday night probably.
So I'll leave it till the end of the stream. I am doing a show I'm gonna do shows on Wednesdays.
Nice.
It's a
dude.
new show.
Nice.
So I won't be able to make it, Derp.
Dang,
Apologize.
man.
Well, what are you gonna play on Sunday?
Depending on what time. Depending on the time. Maybe I could make it, but
Probably
depending on the
started
time.
in the
yeah.
afternoon then, if that's the case.
Are you running a multiplayer? Or are you doing something?
Probably
are
some
you-
multiplayer and then maybe
Okay.
some Uno, maybe some whatever stuff.
Oh,
Jackbox.
Vince, that's not the first time Derpy went shirtless on stream.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I found out deep lore last week, dude. I found
Yeah.
this deep lore last week.
He just has a random fucking sports letter on his chest, dude.
Yeah.
Oh!
He cuts out the sports letter like.
That's actually my.
He's got the Superboy Prime chest, the fucking tattoo, the fucking carved in one that he did when he's like on trapped in the fucking multiverse. Do you remember that shit when they trapped
Yeah,
the old
dude.
man, dude? Boys, the Superboy Prime shit going on in the DC comics
Oh
is wild,
gosh,
dude.
Lord.
Wild, bro.
I
Wild.
don't care for what they're doing with that.
Dude,
I'm like into it, but at the
Like
same time, I'm
some
like,
Monopoly.
I'm scared.
excited for it.
I'm scared.
I'm
like-
super excited. It's because like
Every time I gotten excited, I'm like, they
It's 'cause
pulled the rug
Superboy
out from under
Prime-
me, you know.
it's because Superboy Prime never gets love. They just throw his ass away because he's so OP. But
yeah,
like,
but I
he
heard
just-
Tom King might get involved.
No, he is involved. He is.
Yeah. Remember what
But,
he
like-
did with the last Superboy?
No, yeah, but that's the thing. Did you hear what he did? Like, okay, so I don't know if you guys are familiar with what's going on in the Superboy comic. So Superman's missing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Superman's been removed because of the KO series. So apparently Lex Luthor and Superman won. So
Yeah.
right now, Superman and Lex Luthor are like the gods of the DC universe together or some shit. I don't really quite get it yet. They haven't really explained it.
It's
But-
kind of like they did a hint of like they traveled through another universe to understand what's going on because
Yeah, some shit
like
like
the
that.
absolute stuff is like some characters might have memories of the universe prior, and then this is like the absolute like ending where it's like they change the characters slightly.
And not only that,
yeah.
I don't know if you saw that Storm in her comic book just transferred over into DC. In the Marvel universe. Oh, you didn't see that shit? Oh,
No,
you
no,
guys
no,
are
no.
in for it, bro. You're in for
Wait,
it.
hold up. Like she's a DC character now, or like it's just like
So-
a crossover?
So, Derpy, you need to hear this because it's fucking wild, bro. We're about to merge
Yeah.
all this shit together. So right now in the Marvel
Definitely,
universe, Storm has become kind of like a pseudo god or an avatar for a god in the overarching new patriarchy of the cosmic landscape, right? It's okay because Storm at least is an interesting character herself because she at least
Yeah,
has like
if
she was
she's
to me like
well-written.
the first original Omega X-Men character when it came to like putting that
Yeah,
down
yeah,
on
yeah.
paper. She was like the first one. So and
And it
actress-
always
like
made
Black
sense.
Adam,
It
Dwayne
always
Johnson
made sense.
type
You know, it
shit.
wasn't like just a throwaway. Like we'll
What's
make
up,
her
what's
the
up?
Omega. Sorry,
What's up?
what's up?
So basically, they're pulling some Black Adam, Dwayne Johnson type shit.
no, because you have to remember that Storm is like she's a mutant, and Black
Yeah.
Adam was like
No, I'm just
savior
promoting
character, right?
What the saying.
No, I get you. I
basically.
get you like the same thing, but she's not.
No,
she's
I
not-
meant what Dwayne Johnson said, but like DC, the whole, what the whole DC is gonna change or something. I
Oh
forget
yeah,
how it
the
goes.
whole
You remember
landscape,
really-
right? Yeah, the whole landscape's
Yeah.
gonna change it all up.
Anarchy, whatever.
I get
it's
you.
gonna
I get
change.
you. So Storm ended up being endowed with like cosmic powers and becoming like a storm goddess, right? Cool. All
Yeah.
right. I'll see where it goes. I mean, I've seen worse. They did it with Ulysses, the fucking inhuman that could kind of see the future. Remember the cosmic gods
Yeah,
winning?
yeah,
Like, so if they could take him,
Yeah.
Storm can fucking she can get it.
Well,
too,
they
right?
also like made like a MacGuffin, like the what is it, the time chair in the DC
Yeah,
comics.
the timeshare.
Yeah,
Well, was it the timeshare? Or it was what was that?
It was
guy's
like
name?
the all-seeing
Yeah,
something like.
I remember that. That was from the DC Power, when they were making all of them gods. But Batman sits on it, right?
Yeah.
That Batman sits
And
on
then
it.
he
Well,
gets like 3 different identities for the Joker, and
yeah, he
it's
set
all-
up all that weird shit, dude.
yeah,
But so they send
and then did nothing with it.
yeah. So they end up taking Storm to like this higher echelon of like the cosmic universe, and this astronaut out of nowhere kind of like grabs her and takes her, and literally like takes her to the source wall, the opposite side of the source wall. So when that appears, like you already know it's the DC universe, like straight up DC universe. I forgot who she meets. Like who? Let me see. Who is?
So she's kind of like, so she's like a Dr. Manhattan of sorts.
Not really. She's still Storm, but she's just like imbued with like Galactic's power or whatever. Galactic's like the
Like
cosmic.
Galactus, or
Yeah, that dude. Yeah, astronaut in Storm's.
so is she able to create
comic
life?
book.
Like what's?
See. Yeah, no, well, no, she can't create life, dude. Who is it, dude?
She's
That's
not a
with
baby
her.
in the MCU.
You better
that's
explain
fine.
this better because I'm starting to get pissed. Like, why don't you just make a new character?
You would have
Hold
said. I said
What,
basically
what?
she's not a baby in the MCU. She can't create life or save life.
What?
Like
You see what I'm saying?
no, from Fantastic Four, the baby saved Sue.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That bullshit.
That like, that's all. That's so horrible. I forgot who it was,
Yeah.
but Earth's. Damn, yeah, but it's all over the internet when it comes to all the comic book dudes that are like,
The shills.
yeah, well, not I wouldn't say shills.
Chills.
Yeah, I wouldn't say shills too hard, but
Losers, morons,
Yeah.
what?
it's
Take
just
your
the
pick.
people that are like really about it. That are talking about it. It's this chick. It's a character. Storm's mysterious watcher is revealed to be an alternate version of her mother in Dara. And she's the one that's kind of like at the source wall, which of course, like in the comic book world, they're trying to like, build it up. But the idea is like the source wall is there. And then the not the Phoenix, but there's another bird that they introduced in the Perpetua DC comic line. Like this big bird that's like black with like a white outline. And that bird almost kills Storm.
Is it the one that like is like haunting her and taking away her powers in the comics, like in the original comics?
No, this one, what it does is it eats cosmic entities and builds the source wall. The bird protects the source wall.
Okay.
And Storm, but it's in DC universe. It's not in Marvel. So like for Storm to be like running into it is like, it's because they're gonna like, we're coming up to this idea that Marvel and DC are about to like, they're gonna smash babies soon, dude. Like it's gonna get real weird.
Yeah, let's not do that.
It's gonna get super weird.
Let's
It's
not
gonna
do
get
that.
really, really weird. They already had it where Superboy Prime
Dude,
crossover with
they don't
Spider-Man.
even know how to make their own simple universe consistent. Let's
Yeah, that's
let's
true.
not do that.
It's true. It's okay.
Like we are like 30 years away
Look,
from doing any of
sometimes-
that.
Sometimes when there's enough alcohol, you just gotta let it happen. I think they just gotta let it happen. I think they just gotta let it happen, dude. Like right now, you really just can't get it. Kyle says, "Hey, I remember you too. I was wondering where you two were. We just saw the other old dudes come throughout. I get it now. It's a shared channel. Yeah. Straight. Thank you so much, Chris.
Yeah,
really
like-
quick, look into the camera for a couple seconds. Boom. I don't know how to look in that camera. I don't know how to look.
No, did you see what he said?
I'm about to finish.
Oh!
He fell
No,
for it.
Yeah, but Kyle,
I'm
we
gonna just
all
get in there and be like, I'm watching you, bud. You better finish hard then.
But Kyle, we all have our own separate YouTube channels. This is just Chris's show on
Yes.
the Average Boys on
True.
Facebook, YouTube, and is there any other platforms that you put the Average Boys on?
Sometimes I used to do some gaming shit back in the day, but I really don't. I don't get time to do that. So when I
Yeah.
game, I just
So-
kind of do it like on my own.
Definitely on Facebook and YouTube, and then you got Derpy Entertainment on YouTube and Twitch,
boy.
and The Last Relic, me.
And
on
two
YouTube.
Dumb Yinzers
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I just wanted to see if you guys were up on that stuff because it's kind of interesting.
I'm definitely not up in that stuff, and
It's been a while since Marvel and DC did some kind of cool crossover.
It's been a while since they did
Yeah.
something good.
Yeah,
Like you could say Absolute Batman, fine. Like whatever. Go have fun with that. But in terms of Marvel comics, for sure they haven't done anything good in
I
a
like
long
the
time.
Brave and the Bold new run. That was pretty good.
Yeah, like it's very hard for them to mess up Batman. I think that's one of like the comics. Like it's very difficult.
It's the only
to
thing
mess
they
up.
sell.
Yeah, it's very difficult for them to mess that up. But,
Tom King did it.
Yeah, but nah, I mean it's
Speaking about Batman, I just ordered the Lego Batman game. I don't know if you guys got that yet.
Are you excited
and isn't
for
there
it?
like a Lego Batman movie coming out too? The number 2?
No, it's just the game.
Just the game. Okay.
Are you excited for like the Arkham fighting thing?
Yes, I am, and plus
Okay.
it includes like the Adam West like combat, like the pop up stuff too. While you're
I thought
That's
that was
awesome.
Arkham. Yeah,
Yeah.
thought that was a
I
genius-
wish like that they just did a comic run of all characters that they put the pow like bam, like all that boom
Yeah,
back in comics because I love that like wacky.
but they have it in
corny
game
stuff.
basically. I don't know if you've seen the gameplay yet, Relic, but
It's
No, no,
it's
I
legit
haven't-
Arkham style,
Yeah,
but it
it's
has
Arkham
like the
Asylum,
wham
yeah.
pow and stuff.
Yeah,
with
which
the
is so much
combat.
more cooler than the Lego action that they used to have. Like the fighting,
Yeah,
I thought
yeah,
it was
yeah.
kind of corny,
Yeah.
but it's fun.
Yeah.
It's a kid's game. Like, I'm not really expected to be fucking Mortal Kombat or Assassin's Creed, but to see them going like Lego direction to Arkham Asylum, I think that's so cool, dude.
Yeah.
I think that's
Basically,
so,
it's
so
taking
good.
inspiration from like all the comics, all the movies and TV shows.
Cool.
So, like,
Okay,
and there's,
well, I
like-
can't
and
wait for
there's,
that.
like, and there's like 30 suits at launch if you get one specific version.
They're so good at that stuff, dude. Like Lego, when they put out video games, like it's so crazy. Do you remember? I know it's probably not something that you guys played or anything, but the Marvel Universe one, right?
Yeah, I got them.
Dude.
I got 'em.
Dude,
You have
they have
no
like
idea.
fucking 40 characters in each game.
Yeah.
Dude, you have no idea how much I've played Lego video games, and
There's
this
Lego
is why
Marvel,
I'm gonna
Lego
remind
Avengers,
you guys and the
Lego
chat.
Marvels too.
I had a Lego store,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a TV
You
in
mentioned
there.
that.
And even if I didn't play it, I had like Switch and Xbox and some systems in there so people could play it if they're not shopping. And man, like because it pissed me off where like we never got like a Venom big fig like they did in the games.
Oh, in the
Right.
game,
Like
it's a little bit
there's
bulky,
no
right?
official Lego like actual Lego big fig of Venom and stuff like that. So like we'd always reference the video games and complain about how like they do such a good job at the video games, but then when they launch the product, we don't get anything
the
that we
small
got.
ones.
Yeah. Like there is big figs, but it pissed me off. It really pissed me off.
It's so crazy how in the Marvel video games
Thanks, Kyle.
they put in so many like different characters that they never touch in any other Marvel games.
It's because
And
they
also
go
sold
through
them
they go through
Hyperion.
the comics.
Yeah.
Like because they don't give much stock to the Lego video game side of things. Because here's why: Nintendo gets super pissed every time Lego releases a video game. It takes away from their sales because Nintendo is all catered to kids. And I know this because we had a contract with Nintendo and with Lego, and you get to hear a lot about this bullcrap.
Funny
But
story
Nintendo
about Lego.
hates Lego. Nintendo absolutely hates Lego, even though they have
They're the
properties with them
competition
now.
Funny
Yeah.
story about Lego.
Yes.
You know Legoland Relic.
Yeah.
My
I hope
of
I know
course,
Legoland.
Yeah, look,
Yeah.
no, my uncle's actually an engineer, and he's actually doing a new. He's like basically helping design a new ride for Legoland
Oh,
right now.
sick!
shit,
That's
dude.
awesome, man.
Yeah, so
Holy crap, that's fucking cool, dude.
yeah, I was telling my father actually asking if he actually had any ideas yet, because I don't know, like they have to blueprint it out and everything. I was wondering if he had any like if he had the idea already, or if I could mention an idea.
Dude,
or
you
something to
you
him.
should interview him on your channel, dude. That would be a big hit.
Here I got. Let me.
That'd
I'm
be
gonna.
awesome.
I could. It's actually my aunt's aunt's husband. So,
So I have. I'm gonna share this real
Uncle.
quick. So
He lives in
Yeah.
actually in your state.
Florida.
That's why I'm going. Yeah, that's why I'm going to Florida in November. That's,
Sick.
so
his
this
daughter's
is
Flip
Yeah.
boom.
That's my. Well, this one is my the Average Boys podcast. Kyle,
thanks, Kyle.
thank you, sir. Kyle, amazing. Thank you so much,
Good.
man. And then this is my Instagram, the Average Boys, Crispy, the Average Boys.
Look at that
And
creepy dude in the picture with the kids. Look at
look
that
at that
creepy
dude.
dude in the picture with the
his
kids.
fucking kids. Fucking guys drive me nuts, dude. These fucking kids.
Here's the baseball game.
He's just pulling a James Gunn. He's just pulling a James Gunn.
Yeah. I'm gonna say bad jokes about these kids. That's so hardcore. I'm gonna say bad jokes about the kids. And then this is, of course, my Facebook. So if you guys wanna.
Wait, what was your YouTube channel? Flip Boom.
Oh, that's my So that's my like personal. So I'll go to that one real quick. Let's go back. Here it is. Yeah. So I do some of like my drone flying.
I mean, I could probably have him on. It just depends because he's busy right now. Dude. He's probably busy at the moment, but like I could see. It just depends.
Yeah, that's so dope. So yeah, that's my stuff. So sorry, guys. Sorry, boys. But
yeah, you need to advertise. You need it.
You know what's crazy is we've had the opportunity to have some really cool fellows on the show. We've had Stranger Things did the really crazy episode with Eric Munson playing the fucking Metallica song on the thing. We had the cinematographer on the show. The guy
I remember
who
that you told me that.
all the. What's up?
Oh, awesome!
You told me that a while back.
Yeah. And the reason why is because he's from the town that I teach MMA in.
Right.
So he's a good friend of some of our friends, and yeah, we just brought him on, and it was so cool. And he was doing the new Texas Chainsaw, which I mean, it wasn't a great movie. But he had to pick up from what another production studio had made. So they had to just go with what they already had. So he was just working with whatever they gave him. But it's so cool to be able to kind of talk to people that do that kind of shit. So cool. All right, Derps. So what do you want to talk about, my man? So there was a whole thing you were supposed to cover, which is Cinecon. It's already kind of lost its momentum. But at the Cinecon, they still had a bunch of cool trailers. That's some stuff that happened. Let's talk about it, bro. Let's talk about it. What do you want to cover first? You want to cover DC news? Or do you want to do Marvel first?
Was there even any DC news at Cinema?
Yeah, they had Clayface, the Batman 2, Supergirl. Yeah, they covered some stuff which was interesting. I mean, nonetheless, like my biggest thing with DC is that they just don't advertise enough. Yeah. Early.
We could do Marvel first.
You want to do Marvel? Okay. Yeah, Marvel news, baby. So at Cinecon, they brought in the man of men, the men of mystery, the coolest man on the planet. Robert Downey Jr. came in to talk about his 28th role in Marvel. He'll be playing Doom, Magneto.
He'll be playing Scarlet Witch, Doom.
And he'll be the new Black Widow also. Since they're not going to bring Scarlett Johansson back, they brought Robert Downey Jr. So he'll be the whole Avengers cast. So he's the new Eddie Murphy. Is that what you're saying?
Easiest $1 million movie ever.
I think Robert Downey Jr. is the new Eddie Murphy. Like you don't need to cast any other actors. He could just put wigs and prosthetics and be all of them at once. So.
That's gonna be a really crappy Eddie Murphy.
It's gonna be a bad fucking. It'll be more entertaining than fucking Phase 8 and Phase 5 and 6 and 4 and yeah, man, all that stuff. But oh, dude, yeah, Blue Marvel, bro. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. I'm excited for that. That's wild to me. But yeah. So Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans, right, came out.
Yeah, Chris Evans. Yeah,
with the Russo
which
brothers.
Apparently he's not gonna be in his uniform.
I figured like he's gonna have a lot of. He's
gonna play Steve Rogers because he did have 2 movies left in his contract, so he will appear again after Doomsday some capacity.
Secret Wars.
He has to be in Secret Wars.
Yeah.
So tell me, boys, what do you think? So they came out, and of course they advertised, whatever the fuck the Marvel thinks that's gonna work. There's some stuff that came out, right? What do you think, Jerv?
I'm just gonna say this. That whole panel was a waste of time because they didn't show the freaking trailer to the public.
Dude, you know what? That's been the biggest pet peeve of mine for a long time because they used to do that shit with Hall H. It's not new that they show only something specifically, but like for them to show it there.
They had
what about people like that live in like Europe or whatever that they never in their fucking mind of minds will get the opportunity to want to spend $3,000 on coming to the United States in an airplane to stand 28 hours in a fucking in a line just to see Danny Trejo or Giancarlo Despacito or whatever. Like you know what I mean? Like they're not gonna do that shit. Like no one's going to fucking San Diego, especially that time. San Diego Comic-Con is like a dead fish. Like no one's really going anymore.
Like I think it was more of a waste of time because the Russo brothers and Robert Downey Jr. along with Chris Evans, first of all, it was just bad acting to like draw some sort of entertainment out of. They didn't do anything to the fans that was like they didn't have to say like, yeah, we've had a rough couple of years. But they could have acknowledged something where it's like we wanted to bring like the fire back because we love the fans. Like nothing like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just like, hey, check out. Like, you guys excited for Doomsday? It's like there's no hype for this.
Yep.
You put Doomsday, one of the best characters. There's no build up to Victor Von Doom, and we've had us. Regardless if you like Phase 4 and 5, it's sloppy. There's no direction. There's no build. It's the first Avengers movie that we're getting that there's no build up to an Avengers movie.
Yeah.
Like you know what's so crazy?
Yeah.
What's up?
What's up?
It's literally been 7 years since we got one.
Since we got what?
An Avengers
movie?
Yeah, I mean Thunderbolts, right?
Thunderbolts is not an Avengers movie.
Has it been 7 years?
It's been
since Endgame.
Endgame came out in 2019.
Damn, you know what?
And we're never gonna get the Avengers back again because we're not getting the characters.
Yeah, because all of them are separated or scattered. Avengers disassembled, guys. Dead. It's in the comics. It's in the comics.
Shut up.
Shut up, Chris.
Shut your whore mouth.
It's real crazy, man, because I was just talking about this off chat, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Where the Russo brothers had this marvelous idea to be like, hey, guys, you know how Phase 4 and Phase 5 really sucked? Well,
forget all that.
We're going to put the trailer and all the information you need on the last film that we did good with. Like, what a way for Marvel to be like, here are the keys to the car. You know, do whatever you want because we believe in you. And then for them to be like, all right, well, all the shit you guys did for the last like 8 or 9 to 10 to 15 years, like we're going to omit that and make it seem like the timeline had already been fucked. You know, Steve Rogers going back in time to bang his grandma or whatever and have his own have the birth of his own girlfriend later or whatever the fuck it's supposed to be. Like that's where Loki pops in and goes, hey Cap, like you really messed this up with your fucking hillbilly actions. Like I gotta move you around because the TVA really wants to kill you. And then Dr. Dooms comes in and just like, yo, incest is bad, and then he wants to just kill these guys. You know what I mean? Like if they do something like that, maybe.
Yeah, who's the real hero in Doomsday?
Yeah, it doesn't make any fucking sense. That's what I think they're gonna do. I think they're gonna make it seem that like when Captain America went back and fucked all the timeline up, that's what made all these movies shitty.
Yeah,
like that's what I think, and that's such a cop out, bro. Like,
well, like the first time they're doing this is the TVA. Yeah, the TVA is like their retcon of everything. Oh, and then Kang, they're like everything bad that happens, even if it doesn't make sense, is because Kang didn't want it to make sense.
Well, so that's why Jonathan Majors,
you can't talk about continuity to us
or whatever because of the timeline.
Yeah, dude, but you know, like maybe, you know. Yeah, the timeline that King wanted that.
Marvel, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Captain America going back and banging Petty got Jonathan Majors to beat his ex-girlfriend in real life.
Yeah, King was like, incest. Yeah.
Get him, Cap. Get him.
Get him. And he watched that, you know.
Can you imagine if they do a flashback where it's like him goes back to Peggy and then like
and then King's just jacking off in a corner.
Watching a video of Civil War of him kissing the fucking niece and that's his real daughter because they needed a fucking and then Bucky and Civil
War dude.
Mm-hmm. Like, oh dude, I can't, bro. Marvel is just fucking gone by now, dude. I don't even know what they're gonna do to save this, dude.
Well, like that's why I always say like Endgame was a terrible movie. It's because of the logic. All the logic that doesn't exist in that movie. You can enjoy it. You could call it an accomplishment. It's awesome. It was fun. Yeah. But it's a stupid movie. It's really, really dumb. It's not good. Like when you break it down, when you just turn your brain on for a quick second, it's stupid. It's a dumb movie.
No, like I remember I was talking to a friend of mine and be like, why does Thanos at the end of the movie sit there waiting for the 3 Avengers to show up so he can fight them? Just because he knows that in the multiverse, a version of himself snapped everybody of existence and then failed and then he's sitting there like, you couldn't just be happy with me or whatever. Like it's super weird how he had like the composure and the idea that the ending timeline of him being like eradicated from the universe by getting his head cut off was that is still his future. Like that he was like, now I'm gonna just,
and he could have changed it.
Yeah,
he could have changed it too.
Just been like, wow, like, that's because remember they have Thanos.
Yeah, he has the time stone, and he's like, he could look up the possibilities just like Doctor Strange did.
Yep.
He's like, what are the possibilities of my life? What can I do?
Yeah,
and
that's 100%.
And he had a ton of time, like, oh, maybe you could influence the world this way. You could do this. You could do that. Like,
we all know what happened
before he get the Power Stone, he could have stopped time right there. Like, I think Infinity War, there's problems in the movie Infinity War. There's a lot of like they could have brought in Dormammu when he was messing with time. Like he could have stopped right before getting the Power Stone, stop time as he's pulling the Power Stone from Vision's head, go meet up with Dormammu, partner up, do whatever. They could have introduced other characters, like Goddess of Death, all that stuff, and then we could have had like an actual 5-year gap where there's actual problems throughout the universe, not just Earth. And incursions. You could have done so much with it.
Yeah.
Like I've always said, like around 2024, 2025 is when we should have got Endgame.
Oh yeah.
We should have had like 5 years of build up.
Derp, what are you gonna say?
I was just gonna say the reason why Thanos was all mopey in Endgame is because they had to make all the female woman characters all empowered at that moment. And
that is true.
Thanos look weak because he's a dude.
Because Kevin Feige announced right before that like pretty much the MCU is happening, that like 50% needs to be women, like, and then it came out that the Russo brothers had to ring him back in for Endgame because he wanted to kill off the entire Avengers cast. Like Captain America, Hulk, everybody.
Well, again, like the reason why
that's much.
The reason why the live action version of Thanos is such a failure in the idea of what he is because
he's a misunderstood villain.
Well, the Thanos any Thanos would have looked at the Thanos that failed and been like, well, he's a bitch. I'm the real Thanos. Because like that's why they have the comic book of Thanos Endgame or whatever, and they have King Thanos, which they're gonna eventually bring into the movies.
It's because
like in the very end, he destroys.
Well, we saw that in Guardians of the Galaxy, dude. Yeah. We saw him on his throne. Yeah. We saw him like he acts differently from there.
It's because he didn't do Infinity the War. Theory.
Well, no. King Thanos is the one that I showed you, like the picture of.
No. I know that, but like they implied that in
Avengers,
Guardians of the Galaxy movie. And then you got Infinity War, and you're like just the simple, like, turn on your brain for that movie too. Like simply like, hey, if you can delete half the resources, can you just double up the resources? If this is your whole motivation, that's why the Goddess of Death motivation makes way more sense. It's like, I want to impress the Goddess of Death.
I want to impress
murdering
my girl.
half the universe, and then because man always does a better job than a woman. Yeah. She gets pissed and then like condemns him and curses him for eternity. Yeah, where he can't actually be with her.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that Marvel has kind of gotten wrong in the last 20 years, I guess. But having it be because they had
after Civil War, there's been issues, massive implications.
Well, they've had
Civil War is overrated still.
They've had a lot of room to fix or get this thing ready. And again, you have like the She-Hulk situation where they use the entire season to make fun of the fans and talk shit. They did the same thing. They did the same thing with the Marvels.
Ironheart. They did it with Ironheart, Marvels.
Well, think of the Marvels. The Marvels, they could have set up something. But what they wanted to do was like, yo, we need more females. Let's bring in Loki, Tom Hiddleston's real wife. Let's make her better than Ronan the accuser as a villain, which there is no female accusers like that, if I'm not mistaken. And then let's make a singing planet because, fucking Thanos or, Kang or Doctor Doom isn't important. And then let's do Star Fox at the end with Pip the Troll for no fucking reason other than just to have it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and that's like at the end of the Eternals, if I'm not even mistaken. It's not even the fucking
Oh
Marvels
God,
movie.
don't even remind me of the Eternals.
And remember, the Eternals are supposed to be Thanos' siblings.
Yeah.
Don't even
He's supposed to
remind
be
me
a-
of the Eternals, dude.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Eternals
dude.
is wild. I feel like
It's ridiculous.
I understand the hype of people getting excited for the Marvel movie just because it's Marvel doing something big again.
Well, first of all, there is no hype. It's
Well,
more
I mean,
interest
no,
of
'cause
what they're
I'm not
gonna
even
do.
No,
It's
because watch
not
the
hype.
movies.
It's
The
like,
movies,
okay, like
the
they bring
movie's
Robert
gonna
Downey
make
Jr.
money.
back.
The
Well,
movie's
they're
gonna
like,
make money.
it's definitely gonna make money.
Yeah, it's gonna make money.
But
definitely gonna make money,
like
but-
here's the purpose of this movie. It isn't to make money. Money's gonna come, but their purpose is to get people hyped about Marvel again. Get people talking about Marvel again. That's their purpose. They're doing a decent job with it when it actually starts making money. Because again, if they need to bring back the same amount of fans for Avengers Endgame, like I've
Doomsday.
mentioned the numbers multiple times. They didn't make almost $5 billion for this movie just to have the same audience watch this movie that watched Endgame when it was in theaters.
I think maybe they might hit the 1 billion club just based on popularity and the idea of them bringing in 70 to 80 actors at once.
This movie's budget is almost $1 billion. I think it's $1 billion.
780
So
million.
that they have to make like at least 1.7 billion.
Yeah,
That's
At the
the
very
budget?
least.
yeah, it's 780
dude.
million dollars, dude.
Dude,
Where does this budget
100
come up?
million is just Robert Downey Jr.'s paycheck. 80 million is the Russo brothers. 180 million, this is already a movie, a budget of like really good movies. That's just like three people's freaking paycheck. That's part of the budget.
Yo, watch
It's
it
a
happen.
really expensive movie.
Watch it happen to where Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom comes out and then he gets killed off because he's not even the real Doom character. Like they're keeping it. Like,
I think they're gonna make him the Tony Stark, and they're
gonna kill his ass,
His villain character is Doom, and they're not gonna do any magic, and they're just gonna make him do the like technology bullcrap. It's like a Tony Stark from a different universe.
No, he needs magic. You can't have Doom without magic. You can't. That's like his whole MO, dude. Like
By the way,
that's
hold up, Vince. If you ever say that again, I'll kill you.
Yeah,
What if
no.
She-Hulk defeats Doctor Doom and saves the world? Don't give him any ideas, man.
Don't
Look,
give them
watch,
my
how dare
ideas.
you.
They'll do
what's
it.
what's really crazy is I'll say this, like, and this is for anybody that's watching also. There's a small challenge. When you hear people say that they're excited for Doom in the Marvel universe through this
That's a
movie,
lie.
ask them why. And
Yeah, they're
say-
except for
and it-
Robert Downey Jr.
No, and if they say, "Oh, it's because Doom's super OG and he's like a badass and he does this," and be like, "Okay, what part? Like, what part of the comics does he do that? What part do you know
Right.
that Doom does that? Like, what is it that you know that makes Doom OP?" And 80% of them are gonna be like, "Oh, I don't know, dude. Like, he's just done a bunch of stuff." They're gonna make excuses. There's no accountability to it.
Well, like
Because
Robert
they're
Downey
hyped.
Jr. pissed off the fans. Remember that when he posted on Instagram,
most of their
he's
fans,
like,
sure.
"Oh, he's like reading a comic." And he's like, just doing my homework for the new movie, and it shows Doom on the cover. And anybody who's ever read that comic knows that Doom is only on the cover. He's not even in
Not
that
in the
comic.
book, yeah. But it's like it's crazy
Freaking A,
because
dude.
like again, I've talked about this. It's even on my fucking logo for the show. There's so many people that are like posers about this stuff.
Yeah.
And it goes across the board because it's the same thing. Like we just saw it a couple of weeks ago with what is it? Daredevil talking about Muse, right? And then now everybody being that everyone's excited to see Jean Grey and Spider-Man, and now they're talking about, oh, the Punisher is going to get
That is true, Vince.
the war machine Iron Man suit, and he's going to run around in Spider. And it's like, bro, like you just need to chill. Like it's if you don't know comic books and you don't know what makes these characters, like even on factor of you knowing the characters, you're ostracized for knowing the comic books because then the movies say like, oh, well, we lightly cover the comic books. This is a whole new thing. Like,
Yeah,
you know
well,
what I mean?
like they can't even use that excuse because of like their gender swaps, their race swaps.
Yeah.
Because if they say like, oh, we're trying to keep it consistent with the comics, I'm like, well, you did all these things that wasn't consistent.
Yeah.
Like the
And
story,
that
you
were
took two different
failures also in the
stories.
comics.
Yeah, you took two different stories and put them in one story that don't make sense from different eras. And so, are you either like being more creative? Like you gotta pick an argument. Like, oh yeah, we kind of deviated from the comics. I'm like, fine, I'll give you respect on that. Oh, we swapped, gender swap, race swap. We put two storylines together, whatever. But if you come out and tell me like we did this because we wanted to take a different creative route than the comics, fine, I'll give you that. I'll be like, all right, well, like I have this comic knowledge and I know it's not going to be super useful in this movie. Fine, let's see what they can do with it. I'm still going to be pissed off because it's like, why are you doing it in the first place?
Yeah.
You know, but like let's see what you can come out with it. And Doom is supposed to be a character you build up.
Yeah.
You got to have like two Avengers movies in between. He's bigger than Thanos. Thanos isn't even top 10.
Is.
Yeah.
I agree.
You know,
I agree.
He's not even top 10.
Like and Doom, I'm like
There
there's
are
a
far
comic
more-
argument of who's the best Marvel villain, but you got to admit that Doom is the most popular
That's
out of the Marvel
right.
villains,
True.
other
I
than the
agree.
U.S. government.
Yeah. It's US government.
Dude,
Shield-
the U.S.
Shield
government is the
itself.
biggest villain in DC and Marvel.
In real
You
life.
ain't wrong, man. You ain't wrong. And it's crazy because, like, so this same thought pattern,
Yeah.
it kind of goes with, I don't know if you guys saw recently, they released a new Resident Evil trailer, right?
Looks alright.
I didn't
And-
see the trailer. I just saw what the director said. That's like, we don't want to
Dude, and
take
that
it
is
from the games.
So
And I was like,
yeah,
what?
so
Why
the
are you
guy
doing
who's
this
making
then?
it, the guy who's making it is the director who made Weapons and Barbarian. So Barbarian,
Yeah.
okay, Weapons, but
Yeah.
like the cinematography and him, the
Looks
lead up
pretty
to
good.
the lead up to the shitty ending was good. Like all the shots, all the thrilling sense, the
That's what
keeping
you
you
need
like
for
kind of
Resident
like anxiety driven in the film.
Yeah, you need
it's
that for
there.
a Resident Evil movie. Yeah.
But like
that's like-
Resident Evil, the reason why he's doing this is because the guy was like, look, all the characters you kind of know, I want to kind of make it about a dude that's in the Raccoon City incident and he's just trying to survive. And he's just running into all like the I guess it's like they're using the major clip points of like the video game that he's gonna run into that factor into the Resident Evil game originally, right? So he'll be like walking down in a forest and then he sees like the fucking dogs, or he'll be in the sewers and he sees the large crocodile, or he sees the explosion in the distance and that's the 18-wheeler that crashes into the gas station stuff, right? Like I kind of feel like they're going that way, and
That would
I'm
be okay if
Yeah,
he
it
didn't
doesn't
say
seem
the
that
things
bad.
he said though.
Right.
Because he's just like, I don't want anything to do with the games, and it's just gonna be in the same time. I'm like, well, then why the freak are you doing this? Like,
Why call it
so you're gonna
Resident Evil?
redesign?
Yeah,
like,
why call it Resident
yeah,
Evil?
It's like kind of like if you were like the Fallout show is atrocious, but they were kind of trying to tie it in, like different characters, a vault that nobody's really knows about before, and then this little journey, but then they screw it up. But that was their premise, like was their idea beforehand. And that's fine. Like if it's like, oh, this ties into the games, this ties into the world that you guys love, it's just a different perspective in a different part of the world, because the world is a big place. Like it's gonna be very hard to be like, this is the only character that's doing anything in this world. Like this is the main character that you've played in the games, and he's going to be able to accomplish the massive feats of like saving the world or whatever.
Yeah.
But then these other characters, you're interested in their life and like how are they gonna live and cope with everything that's been going on
But
in
it
this
makes
universe.
it makes a good point to call this out. And I think this is very interesting when it comes to the story writing aspect and the creative and
Yeah.
live action from video games, is like, how are you supposed to turn a story coherently based on a video game that deals with your experiences on how you experience the game? Because where you went left, I went right, and Derpy went straight in the video game, right? So like, let's say we're supposed to get to, I don't know, like Derpy's playing Black Flag right now, right?
Right.
And let's say there's a mission that you have to get from one side of the city to the other to steal something or save something. And me, I went to one district on the left, you went another district to the right, and Derpy ran right for the middle, and we did like a bunch of side quests and stuff. All experiences are then all different on how we got to that part. So the story changes. And this is brought up to me because there's a lot of turmoil in the Metal Gear story, the Metal Gear movie right now. So like, I'm a huge Metal Gear fan, right? Okay, Derp, what were you gonna say? Go for it.
Go ahead, Derp.
I was just saying you must be drinking some high quality H2O right now.
Yes, sir. All the time, baby. All the time. But I'm a big Metal Gear fan, and it scares me to think that someone has to write that story and make it make sense. Because Metal Gear is fucking wild, bro.
I get that, but then again, it's the emotional attachment, right? So what the director has to do, which we've seen in the past, like directors succeed at this, is when they get all the emotional feels that people have experienced before and put it in one journey, right? So like, just to use that example, straight, left, right. Okay. When you go right, you have this situation, so you're going to feel this particular way.
Yep.
You have this situation, so you're going to feel this particular way. And, all 3 different ways of feeling. So to kind of mesh that in one route where, like, you're not going to get the same thing from the video game. Because, again, video games, just like books, it's palatable. It takes a long time to digest. So your imagination is never going to be perfected on screen. Right?
Well, I mean, but the other thing too is the technologies on storytelling are different. Like, let me ask you guys, just on a whim. I don't know if you guys have ever played the game or are about it, but like in Metal Gear Solid, the video game, what is one of like the greatest things that you've experienced in the game?
The Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear Solid, if you've ever played it. If not, I'll tell you about. What about you, Derpy? Did you ever get to play Metal Gear? So there's 2 major points that every Metal Gear Solid fan will tell you is the greatest and what makes it the greatest game. One of them is the fight with Psycho Mantis, right? There is a character in the video game that has a gas mask that can float and do like telekinetic shit, but apparently he can read your mind. And in the video game, when you're fighting him, when you're shooting at him or whatever, you cannot hit him. Right? You cannot hit him. The game is made that way. And he even starts to do shit where he's like, he fucks up your monitor and it makes the screen go blue and it makes it look like the game of death, like the blue screen of death on your computer, like to freak you out. But it's just a JPEG in the video game to make you feel like it's a meta situation. But do you know how to beat him? No. You have to take your controller from port 1 and switch it to port 2. And then he cannot read your mind. So in our real world, you have to effectively get your controller and switch it so he cannot read the inputs anymore. And then you can start shooting him and beating him, because that's the idea, is like, since you removed the control and put it into something else, it makes him not be able to read your stuff, right? Yeah. And that, to me, as a kid or as a video game player, I was like, holy fuck, Pac-Man never did this. Holy fuck, Mario never did this. Like, this is a cool mechanic to put in a video game. Even in your old PlayStation, he would read your memory card and be like, oh, it looks like you play a lot of Chrono Trigger. Or, oh, you look like you played a lot of Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. And you're like, whoa, dude, get out of my fucking brain, bro. Like, you know what I mean? You're fucking freaking out. How do you... Okay, and the second variation was, there's a part in the game that says, if you look on the back of the box, you can find the codex to call this person in game. Mind you, the character Metal Gear, he uses a cardboard box. So a lot of the times the player will get in the cardboard box and start to move it around to get the camera to get closer to try to free it. Mind you, what the game is telling you is on the back of the box, he's talking about the video game box itself, that when you buy it from the store, there's an image in the back that shows the person's codex. And you're looking at this box because you buy it and you're super entertained as a kid. You're looking at it and reading it. So, but this comes out like way later in the video game. So to be that meta, it's like an escape room kind of thing. The key is in front of you, and it's like the exploration of understanding. Those 2 parts in the game are so universally loved. How does that transfer to the experience in sitting in a movie theater? It would have to be something like on the popcorn box, or maybe even on your movie ticket, for it to be interactive in a way. for it to be that like a memorable. Because if you take those things out of Metal Gear Solid, it's just a shitty espionage game.
Yeah, well, like again, when it's translated into a movie or show, and again, I'm not saying I have all the answers. There, you gotta give some freedom, but like in terms of respecting that, because I think it would be a bad idea to make it interactive.
Yeah,
for a movie like. But
it's
there's
difficult when you start to add that stuff.
Well, like you could do psychological cues. You could establish things way before the movie. Like for instance, if like part of that scene is to make the audience think a certain way, and then they say a line that the entire audience was like, "Holy crap!" That's what I was thinking. That's cool.
Yeah,
but it also has to make sense in the scene. It can't
in the scene
because you're not gonna think that every time. Like on your third, fourth, fifth watch.
Yeah, you already got
to watch it for entertainment. Yeah, but if it's something that's like a twist that's always gonna be enjoyable, or something that you get a specific feel that is similar to what you felt when you were
a kid or first enjoying the game or the movie.
Like that's like hopefully they do that, because the only purpose of doing these franchises, like bringing them to life on cinema, was because of how beloved it was before and the fans that like kept it alive, right? Because then just 100%. Go make your own thing and something new. And unfortunately, like this, Hollywood hasn't been able to do just your new concept of a movie and it's just your one-off movie. They're only going towards franchises.
Yeah.
And it's up to the directors or whoever's the, I guess, lore master to go back and be like, this is why this became popular.
Yeah, hopefully
and it's sometimes it's a stupid moment, sometimes it's a really cool moment, sometimes it was like a big event, like maybe it was just the year that it happened and everybody pre-ordered at GameStop. I don't know, whatever it is.
Yeah,
I mean,
Cleve makes a good point too. He's like, I'm not a Minecraft guy, but everyone loved that movie. That's like the FNAF movie too. So
I don't think everybody loved it. I think just
the core audience that really attacks.
Yeah, if you make a kids movie and all kids play Minecraft, it's gonna make money.
Yeah,
like a lot of people need to separate. Like the dollar amount doesn't actually like mean success. It just means a lot of people watched it. What comes after is success, because nobody cares about Minecraft 2 movie. Nobody's talking about the next Minecraft movie. It's like it's parents that their kids don't know how to make a decision. They're not part of the media. That's like, my kid likes Minecraft, so you're not just buying one ticket. You're buying 3-4 tickets to go watch Minecraft.
To go watch
and have a moment with your family.
Your children and stuff in the family. True. Yeah. Cleve also puts in the comment section that, nowadays they change up stuff too much. Doom was good for me back in the day. Yeah, it's true. I mean, he's like and that's kind of, I feel like, I hope the Russo brothers bring back to the Marvel universe is that they want to do like a Saturday morning cartoon villain a little bit. Like, it's not too bad, but a little bit of complication. But again, like, it's just that we don't understand, because even me, myself, as a comic book lover, like, I am not familiar with what Doom they're bringing to the silver screen. Like, what Doom we're going to get.
Yeah, well, I think we're not going to get any Doom from the comics. Yeah. I think we're getting him in name only.
Maybe a whole new guy, right?
Yeah. And
that could be.
And Vince talking about Roadblocks, they already made a whole series on that. It's called Catch a Predator.
Oh god. That's fucking wild. That's fucking wild. That's nasty. Yeah. Alrighty, well, enough of Marvel fucking up.
Marvel sucks. That's the news. Marvel sucks.
Yeah.
Spider-Man might be good, but it sucks.
Yo, are you guys caught up like on all the Sadie Sink talk about her being like Jean Grey, and now a lot of people
I am not caught up, but I don't want it.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. There was another one that said that she might be Typhoid Mary. I think that would be more.
Or she could just not be in it. We could get somebody with talent.
No, she's in it. She's in it. Yeah, they're gonna.
I would love to see good actors and actresses back.
I forgot. I think it was Derpy. Derpy, did you say this last time? But that Marvel is putting like one X-Men into like every movie. Was that you, or did someone else say that?
I think someone else said that.
Yeah, because I was like, in my mind, I was like, I really hope not. I am not. Because again, like, they haven't established these characters in any way. The last thing I heard was I had mentioned this a long time ago because I was confused on it why they weren't adding these people, but now there's a rumor that like Michael Fassbender is going to be in this because he's going to be like the new younger Magneto. Because Sir Ian McKellen, like I love the guy, but dude, the guy's pushing like 93, 94. Like just fucking leave him
He's
alone
89.
already. Yeah, well, either way, leave him alone. Like this guy's
Yeah.
not gonna be doing like wire foo and fucking hooking him up to shit. Like
the Hobbit movies, they had to like do a bunch of green screen stuff because he
can't do a
couldn't,
lot
like,
of
move
stuff.
around.
And
Yeah,
they
he
just
had
bring
to,
Patrick
he had to
Stewart back to kill
exercise
him.
just so that he could do Broadway plays again.
Yeah. And I mean, it's just, he's already outaged and it's fine. He's already done some very great things and he's super successful and everybody loves him. Patrick Stewart, too. Like, they just bring him back, pay him, and kill him. Like, I'm already tired of that shit. Like,
and we already saw Patrick Stewart get killed.
Yeah, we don't need any more. Like, we don't. Now I know that he's not even as strong as the Scarlet Witch in his own universe or in his own fucking
which is ridiculous.
Battlefield. Yeah, I don't even want to get into that right now.
Ridiculous.
I'll talk like fucking 48 hours on that shit, but no.
Yeah.
So for them to bring in the X-Men First Class, like I didn't know why that hadn't had made a thought. It doesn't make any sense for them to bring the older X-Men because all of them are all like Bryan Singer specials, and Bryan Singer was a horrible person. You know what I mean? But they never mentioned a X-Men First Class, and I thought that was a kind of a better approach in a way. Like they made more interesting characters, like for what it's worth. But I heard that they're further bringing that, but I'm so checked out on the Marvel universe and all their bullshit. Dude, I haven't seen rumors or anything. I'm tired of all that shit, boss. Like I'm done.
Yeah, like it's the only thing, and I'm not even to the point of excitement anymore. But I'm excited to see Nicolas Cage back, and that's the main reason I want to see Spider Noir. And we've talked about it. I don't want to get it too much into it about like how I don't want a universe with it. I just want a one-off show. But whatever. Yeah. We know we're gonna get a universe. It's just we have no focus. Same with DC. It's like we're doing like this whole universe. Like, how about you just focus on the one movie you're gonna make next?
Yeah,
that's all you gotta do.
Yeah,
like don't keep announcing a bunch of movies. Just like, hey, we're gonna put out Superman 2. We're gonna put out Wonder Woman. We're not like don't announce 10 movies and now we're expecting all these things to flow. It's like no, just focus on that character.
Yeah.
Focus on this team. That's it. And then build from what you already made. Not like just try to build everything at once. And then you're going to be jumping from this comic to this source material to what the fans want from this and this and that. And it's like you're going to confuse yourself by like trying to create this universe. Like the MCU started with like we want to get to the Avengers team, but let's focus on the one movie, Iron Man. How does he get his suit? How what role does he play? Things? Yeah. And then from there, like, hey, they built Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in there. They didn't already make off a show. They're like, oh, wait, people really like this character after Avengers, and maybe he's back alive. And so now let's make a Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show and introduce little characters here and there, even though it was good for like 2 or 3 seasons, but then it just had a huge drop off. But it's like, look for opportunities. There's times where you create opportunities and times where you just have to look for them after you create something.
True that.
Yeah, but
Derbs.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about DC, man. Let's jump the gun because let's talk about the DC world.
I don't know if we can. We got Relic in the building.
Nah, man.
We could always talk about DC, man.
Talk about everything, bro. Everything's failing. We just shit on Marvel for like fucking 4 hours, bro.
Well, let's talk about what we can all be excited for. Clayface. I'm actually excited for Clayface.
Okay. Because that's where I guess I'm going to be the different man out. I'm not excited for it too much, but I guess it's going to be you two against me in that sense. But
I'll preface this because me and Derpy did talk about this. Mm-hmm. The reason I'm excited for Clayface isn't because it's a DC property. I think it's a great Halloween horror film that's tied in with DC. Mm-hmm. So I think the marketing should be because if you think about DC, it's stupid to have a Clayface movie before Batman, right? Mm-hmm. Like a third tier list villain character.
Yeah,
having its own movie before Batman. Fine, you can make that argument. But in terms of what it looks like and how they did it, and I get it that this movie was already being created before James Gunn, and James Gunn kind of just like not, I wouldn't say hijacked it, but was just like, oh, let's make this is really good. Let's make it part of the universe. Cool. But as it's coming out in October 23rd, if it's advertised as like a Halloween film, a horror film, even if it's not like rated R, I think it's a good move just to like have a comic Halloween film, a comic horror film, and then it will draw the normies that just like Halloween, the season of Halloween. It will draw in the normies that are into horror films, see a new concept, be like, holy crap, this is a DC like film, or like this is tied into Batman. So maybe the next Batman movie is gonna be more to our liking, but still acceptable from the comics fans. And I think that's where like they have kind of like a golden opportunity right now to draw in different type of fans to the DC universe.
Okay. Derpy?
Did you see that? This is something different, but on the same topic. But did you guys see the what James Gunn said about it? Basically, it's the first film in the timeline.
Yeah, I'm so confused on that stuff already, dude. Like,
yeah, like I'm again. James Gunn has lied about a lot of things, and he's gonna switch up. Like you know that James Gunn. I think he's gonna retcon the whole Jor-El stuff, the Kryptonian messaging, because of all the backlash. I think he's gonna take a like backpedal a little bit.
Hey, it makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense.
And so like everything he announces, I'm like, I'm gonna wait till, because as soon as the film comes out, that's solid. You can't really like say like, no, that's not the universe. Like, no, it's there until another film. Like the film is always gonna stay that way until another film retcons it. The film is still that way, but the universe lore has changed. Fine. So whatever he says, I'm like, I don't care what he's gonna say. I care about what the product is gonna be, and then when it comes out, how do I judge that product? You know, it was kind of like Fantastic Four when that released. Everybody thought it was gonna be, and myself included, like it was gonna be like woman power, bullcrap, feminist, patriarch, all that stuff, woke garbage. But then it's actually
it
like,
really wasn't.
It had a tiny bit of that. It had some stupid things, but it was actually like, oh, they actually tried to create a story out of this. They actually did something with it. Not executed. I would say it's like a 5 out of 10 movie, but you know, like it wasn't egregious as the media were advertising themselves. You know.
Derp. So, what about you, man? What do you think? Because again, James Gunn, like you said, had came out and was like, "Yo, this is the first movie of my DC universe," minus the fact that he said the same thing about Blue Beetle. And then said the same thing about Creature Commando.
Yeah, he made Blue Beetle. I forgot that about.
And then said the same thing about Creature Commando, who Clayface is already in. And then said the same thing about Superman, who should be, in my opinion, the primary character, because WB
That's the first
itself.
movie.
Well, the reason why I say it is because WB itself was a company at the time that was failing, and Bugs Bunny wasn't holding up anymore. You need a character that you could put on your logos, and who else would it be other than Superman? In my opinion, but that doesn't matter because I'm just a consumer. But the concept is like you now you're saying, well, you don't have Superman being the primary character of the universe, who the entire universe technically revolves around. But now you don't even have Batman as the next character, but one of his villains that's not even like his main villain. Like, I don't understand James Gunn's thought process on making Clayface the primary movie. Derp, what about you? Do you know, or do you have like at least a process or a thought on it, like on the idea of why he would make Clayface the first film of the universe?
Probably because maybe it's like maybe the specific version of Clayface is a younger version, like maybe. And Batman's maybe like a certain age. I don't know, but
it's a little confusing, right?
It is kind of confusing, but
well,
regardless of I'm like Relic said, it's a perfect opportunity to win over the normies, like you said, that like Halloween and want to go see a movie like this.
Yeah, I'm looking more for, like I said, I'm looking more forward to it as a Halloween movie than a comic movie.
Right.
Huh.
And basically, like a week before Halloween, and there's not really any Halloween movies this year. It is a perfect opportunity to convince um anybody really that it's not just this universe has different variety, different
Genres.
tones to it. So that's how I feel about Clayface.
And what about the idea of them stepping over the Superman thing, that they didn't want Superman now to be the primary movie. They want Clayface to be the primary first start off of this universe. That to me is a bigger concept.
I have a thought on that.
Okay, well, Derpy first. Derpy, let Derpy.
Yeah.
Like, what's your opinion on that
It's
first?
silly. Yes, it's silly,
Okay.
but probably for the long run, it probably will make sense. Once they build it up to it, it'll probably make sense in the long run.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
Like,
about so really?
my thought on it is like, okay, first
like
it's probably with Superman, it's like even if you like the film, it didn't do well. So it didn't do at least as well as they wanted it, like
Yeah.
And Clayface, they have an opportunity to, if it's going to be the first film, they might build up something as like Clayface molded his face to be the president of the US, molded his face to be some other villain, and he's like utilizing it. Like they might build him up to be a bigger character than we ever saw in the comics or the animated series.
I agree.
And so, like maybe he's like the first Joker. And then we actually get a real Joker. Like, I'm not saying that's a good idea, but I'm saying that if he does something like where he's like pretending to be Lex Luthor in prison and Lex Luthor's actually out, or he's like he's doing something that's going to affect the Justice League overall, and even making maybe a hero look like a villain, I think it could be a really good idea. Now, in terms of marketing wise to the fans, like the DC comic fans, it's a bad idea to come out and say, hey, Clayface is the first movie in this DC universe timeline. Right?
Yeah, that's like, okay.
Well, like Superman will always be the flagship because it actually came out first. But Clayface is like the lore, it's the basis of lore that they're going to build this universe off of. If you're saying that this is the timeline, then the lore that you get here, that's what we're getting. And the problem is that this movie was made before James Gunn set up his universe, and it was supposed to be in connection with Matt Reeves' Batman in a way, because Matt Reeves is also producing it. Yeah, and it was like, oh, we're gonna do this movie, but we're not sure if this is actually gonna connect with Robert Pattinson Batman.
So why do they want to fucking make it the first universe if they can't even get that down?
I think James Gunn is probably freaking out right now. I think he thought that everybody was gonna love universally his ideas, and we've seen this happen before. And then he's like, "All right, well, like, I don't know what's going on, because we have people who really love this movie and people who really hate it, and there's not really anybody in the middle."
In the middle.
Yeah. And
I can see that, because you just had the whole the Authority drop off, right? You guys heard about that, right?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Derp, you heard about that?
Yeah.
That they canceled the Authority, right?
Like, I think they also canceled the Booster Gold movie.
Well, it's just that it's in limbo.
They didn't cancel it. It's basically delayed.
They're just never starting it.
Yeah, it's in limbo right now.
Yeah.
But the Authority, I think it's a great idea to just can that show. I think it's stupid.
Yeah, well, you don't have to. Like, why? Who's asking for that?
Yeah, that's pretty much like the DC universe of the Boys, and we already have the Boys. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, like the Authority could be something that's like 20 movies down the line. Yeah. Like, I think the DC universe is way more rich than the Marvel universe. Mm-hmm. And so, like, you have all these other things that you could play with after you have a successful universe. After the DC has been, like, well established. Like, okay, this is solid. We got, I don't know. I don't even know which Justice League he's going for, to be honest. Like, is he going animated Justice League? Is he going because we got Hawkgirl in the first movie, so it's like, is he going to the Justice League animated version? Because that's my favorite. But in the comics, it's like, well, we get Cyborg and Aquaman and all these other characters, but then we saw Zack Snyder do it. So is he trying to differentiate himself? Like it's kind of weird. Like you can't really predict of how this Justice League is gonna look.
Yeah. Well, I think that's too far fetched. I think that's too far out. I think the idea why they're doing this and the reason why Clayface and the Penguin are getting shows out there first like this is because, well, with Superman, or Batman, you don't really need to, he's not necessarily needed. The Rogues Gallery can be built. And if they go with the same format to kind of do like the DC Batman animated series, like the Clayface, the introduction of his character was like very like insanely well written. If you guys go back to
and it's quick Batman too. Series, it's quick.
Yeah, in the animated series, like all of the characters get such beautiful introductions into the universe that they're so complex, depth in character
they pretty
writing.
Much changed them in a good way, basically.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is the last time we seen this character was in two parts. Was one the Harley Quinn show.
Hey, just give me a second. We'll get some water, okay?
Go for it, brother. Go for it.
Yeah.
We have.
Did you get my private though, Chris?
We have, huh?
Did you get my private?
Let me see. Yeah. But we're, let's just cover this real quick.
Yeah, we'll cover this. Yeah.
Because this is your role, man. You're the DC guy.
Right.
So, the Clayface story was really well covered in the DC animated universe. The last several years, we saw him in Harley Quinn, right? Where they take him, and the Harley Quinn's kind of like a silly show, right?
Yeah.
But
feminine silly show.
Yeah. It's kind of a silly show. And then the other part was, of course, Creature Commando, where there was a kind of a revamp of his character. He's a little bit skinnier. He's kind of working for Amanda Waller. He has like a purpose in the DC universe, right? Yeah. So I kind of get this vibe that the show is going to have to work in this nature of making Clayface a espionage spy kind of guy.
Probably.
But at the same time, I think the reason why he's the flagship character is because this is a classic James Gunn move.
Right.
Later on down the pipeline when they're doing the Justice League movie versus the what is it, the Doom, I forgot the name of the League of Doom, right? That's what's the Lex Luthor's group, the Legion of Doom,
Injustice. Yeah,
when they're in that process, for some reason you're probably gonna have a villain to hero moment where Clayface
could be a part
kind of manually saves the day in some weird way, does something that it goes back to, oh man, he was the first movie. He was never evil. He was just misunderstood. And then will Clayface up and disappear into the crowds and all that stuff later on in his films. That's what I think that's what I think James Gunn's going to do it. And that's why Clayface is like the first of the films.
I think it's the first because they need something to establish Gotham, not just like place Batman and then here's Gotham.
Green Goblin. You
know what I mean?
Cool shirt. Yeah. I got you. But yeah,
it's world, because Gunn's really known for world building. And if they just give if they basically Clayface, if they just have that, then you don't just have to have here's 20 years into Batman, already. Yeah, Gotham basically, and then and we only seen it one time. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. In that period. Yeah. So then now we got it in Clayface. Basically, we have a world established in Gotham City.
Yeah. So, Relic, I was saying that I believe that the reason why James Gunn is going in this direction of making Clayface the first is because in the two last iterations that we've seen him in entertainment or whatnot, it's been on the Harley Quinn show and then on the Creature Commando. In the Harley Quinn show, he kind of plays this failed actor that just wants to be noticed and loved. In the Creature Commando, he is a forced kind of espionage spy, bodyguard for Amanda Waller. So he does serve a purpose in the overarching story, in the hierarchy of the villains in the story. So I think with a James Gunn factor, he's probably going to have it to where he is the first film, because in the very end of everything that James Gunn plans and puts together, with the Justice League versus the Legion of Doom, like Clayface is going to be a major component as a villain to hero character, and will walk away with a smile and a fedora and a long coat, and he's going to be like tip of the hat, like I did something good. Like that's what I think, because I bet that the story, this one, is going to establish that he's like a very tragic, like misunderstood character who deals with a lot of internal like turmoil.
The trailer, first of all, I wanted to give a big shout out to that trailer. That trailer did its job better than most trailers that we've gotten. It has its own identity, its own music. You get so much out of that trailer with no
first
dialogue.
Shot of him just in pain was insane.
The
stress in his eye.
Yeah. That trailer, it made you really think about the Batman animated series. If you guys go back and watch it, there's so many scenes that's taken straight out from the animated series.
I was just saying basically why it's the first movies, because the world building and establishment of Gotham City, and then you don't have to worry about just here you go, here's Batman Brave and the Bold, but here's Gotham City 20 years into the DCU.
Yeah, well, like
we can see it.
The other possibility is that, again, I want to be proven wrong. I don't have faith in James Gunn, but the possibility of the Batman, how they're gonna implement Batman in this universe, is kind of make it so that Gotham is a central point to how the Justice League go about their stuff. Like maybe it's kind of like that city, like back in the day, all the aliens only landed in New York City, right? That's everybody's story. So like maybe Gotham is like a central point to something. Like, maybe the first Lazarus Pit was in Gotham City. Maybe there's like some, like I've been watching, now don't get at me at this, I've been rewatching Vampire Diaries just because I was like, it has some solid lore. There's some bad stuff about it. There's some cheesy, corny bull crap, but I watched it with my wife and I enjoy it. All right. But like they make it a part where like the reason why there's so much going on in the city was because like the Vikings first settled there, and then those Vikings became the original vampires. So with that land, they build off lore like vervain the venom to the vampires. That plant was specifically grown in that city, and so there's like there's all this lore that they actually build off in the city, and why that city is important. It isn't just like a random city that things keep happening to, and like the rest of the world is fine. Like other things are happening, but like that's like the core city. And then they make it so that the characters you're following, it isn't random that they're there, that they were just born in that city, and then that's it. So it's like maybe if they're doing something like that with Gotham, because again, it doesn't make any logical sense to make Clayface your like timeline starter package, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Like, and I think it confuses the audience because the money is built off normies. The people who bring normies to the films are the fans. And with the MCU, you didn't have any of those movies other than Captain Marvel, which is the worst one out of all of the phases.
Yeah.
All phases 1 through 3, I mean. Not phases 4 and 5. Because, unfortunately, I have to put Captain Marvel at a higher tier list after phases 4 and 5. But it was pretty consistent on the timeline.
Just go back and watch the Marvels, dude.
No.
Go back and watch Eternals.
No,
dude, you guys have to show up to my funeral if that happens.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna blow my head off, dude. Jesus Christ.
Go watch Hog Twerk.
So Derp,
oh, I bet you love that, Derp. I bet you saved that, you clipped that, watching She-Hulk twerk. Yeah.
So Clayface, guys, if you haven't seen the trailer, it's out. Pretty cool shit. Go check it out. Derp, what do you think? Batman 2 or Supergirl? Man of Tomorrow's already filming. I don't think we need to really cover Man of Tomorrow. I don't think you want to talk about that.
They basically Man of Tomorrow. They were in like filming at a prison, and then I believe they're
it's been chill.
Well, they're taking clips from Man of Tomorrow and putting it in Supergirl, because apparently Supergirl has been tested from 4 to 8 times, like screen tested, and none of it, like nobody liked him.
Yeah.
And
what do you
they implemented Superman more.
I mean, we can all agree that Supergirl is probably just going to be one of those like,
here you go,
like background, like play in the background movies. It's because it's just
It probably will be at this
yeah,
point.
and it's no disrespect, but it's just like one, Supergirl is not like a selling character,
Right.
right? Two, it looks very similar to the same like setup as Guardians of the Galaxy, and it kind of rolls in the same format. And Lobo, I know everybody's excited for him, and I get it, but
He's
they
not
don't
gonna
get
be
it.
like-
Like the character's crazy in the comic books,
Right. He's not.
but in live action, it's just Jason Momoa on a motorcycle. Like you can't.
Yeah,
Right.
that's my only criticism was his voice.
He's well. I
Like
mean,
it wasn't like crazy, like "Bah!" Like like how he is and
Everybody.
like the cockiness. It was just more of like you're getting smooth Jason Momoa.
I really thought that Jason Momoa's character was gonna be like chasing down and hunting Supergirl for the majority of the film. Because in Lobo, when they bring him into the Superman universe,
He fights
he's
Superman.
usually fucking chasing down a Kryptonian.
He's probably chasing down.
Yeah,
Superman.
but he's also using guns, and
Yeah.
because he's so good with his hands
Mm-hmm.
that he like as soon as he see that Superman can handle it, his hands are a more dangerous weapon than guns. So then he
Than
throws away
guns,
his
yeah.
guns and then fights
I
Superman.
don't know how to use them.
Yeah, my hands. But yeah, like when I see it in the trailer and he's kind of like drinking beer and having a good time, and him and Supergirl teaming up, like I kind of feel like that already explains the whole movie. Because even
Well, like they showed so much in the movie about the movie in every trailer that they put out.
yeah, because
They showed too much.
Derpy, you remember the comic book, right?
Yeah, I read it.
Yeah, the comic book was,
They
that
took a lot out of it.
Taserface, the guy that looks like Taserface, which I didn't know why they changed the character's look
I know why.
from the comic book. Why? Why'd they change it?
Because it would still get hate because he's just a general redneck.
But that's like the whole like thing. He's supposed to be tribal, but now
No,
to
but they would
me,
hate it because it'll be targeting.
like a specific genre. But now he looks just like
Yeah.
Taserface. You don't think he looks like Taserface from the Guardians
Does.
movie?
Unfortunately, he does, but
He does. Yeah, it kind of sucks, but the actor's cool. I'm not gonna disregard. That's the guy that plays
I
the
think he's gonna do what the best he can with the material he can.
with what he has. It's the guy that played the
Yeah.
Incredible Hulk villain. What's his name? The big Hulk guy, the other one.
Abomination.
Abomination. It's
Yeah.
that actor.
I think he's
he's
gonna
playing-
try to act his ass off in this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
just-
good.
What he
Like,
has.
my big criticism is that they took Supergirl and Lanterns and switched their environment. Supergirl should have been on
Like an
Earth,
story or
and
something.
Lantern should have been in space. Because then the argument that they did before, it's like, oh, we can't have Lanterns just being in space. We have to ground them. But then you
And
put
then you have
Supergirl out
Supergirl
in space,
Yeah.
which and
that's
from
that's
what
a good point. That's a really good
because
point.
from also what it looks like, it's like she has her powers practically the entire time.
Yeah.
So, and dude, like a lot of people, I think it's a stupid argument. Like, oh yeah, she's like messy, and girls could be messy and all that stuff. Like, yeah, not freaking really, dude.
Also, Lantern.
Like that's disgusting. Like she's like the way they're portraying her doesn't make anybody connect. Like it's one thing about somebody being like lost and having a tough time with whatever it is they're going through, but just being a straight up prick and disgusting and like
I kind of like that.
just annoying. Like, because your first introduction is just her calling Superman one of the most beloved comic book characters in existence a bitch, and that's it.
Well,
And
I
then
mean,
her showing up drunk in a world that has the yellow sun and she's not sober yet, which makes zero sense.
but that's in the comic book.
You
Like
know.
that part of her being drunk and using the sun, like that's all comic book based.
It
That's
doesn't
canon.
matter. That's in the
That's
comic
canon.
book.
Kinda
Like
does,
the
if
comic
you don't
book
read it, but
also, if the comic book got something inaccurate, doesn't mean you have to portray it exact. Like it's a time to correct it. There's times when
He's
movies
just
should
used to
correct the
traditional
comic
characters,
books.
That's what it is.
What?
Well, I mean, in the
No,
same
no. Like
chapter-
for instance, in the Spider-Man movie, the Vulture, like they did it better than they did in the comic books.
Yeah, because he was silly as fuck in the comics.
But
yeah,
like,
he's
I personally,
man.
I've always loved Vulture. I've always loved the character. I've always thought he was wacky, but they did write him much better in Homecoming, and I don't even like that movie, but I love the Vulture in that movie, and it's not because it's Michael Keaton; it's the character himself. He understands his place, his technology. Yeah. It's awesome. In this, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, I understand that concept because, like, yeah, the character was just very like Saturday morning cartoon goofy in the comics. Like, he's just an old man that just fucking gets some fucking bird powers and just likes to go steal shit with his feet. Like, at least this one kind of like brought in.
Well, he was
technology.
like dying of cancer, and then there was the whole like North Pole, South Pole bull crap.
Yeah, like it's just it's powers. Yeah, that's the whole like, oh, I fell into a vat of mutagen and was hanging around with a glow stick, and now I just glow in the dark. Like, you know what I mean? That's just like the random powers you get because of a factor on the outside or whatever.
Yeah, that I was watching Static Shock with my kids like just the other day, and that's exactly how he gets his powers.
I love.
And I was like, Shock. I forgot.
Yeah, in the original story, I like it. In the newer one, I hate it. But yeah, but Derpy, okay, so this character, they bring her in, and they have to make her. That's what I like about what James Gunn did in Superman, is that he understands that it's about this much space between changing everyone's personalities, because everyone has to act and be different in a way. So like Guy Gardner's super easy to kind of like switch. But how do you switch him to make him an asshole with a hot girl who's like a pretty mean and strict person, and then a Mr. Terrific who is like a idiot savant, a hyper intelligent character that does like the hyper genius Elon Musk sitting on tables shit, right? Like, how do you
and slightly autistic?
Yeah, and slightly autistic. How do you make them have their own personalities? So you look at Superman, and Superman plays the typecast Superman, a little goofy, a little silly, very respectful, very prestigious, like a little like I said, like a little goofy, but nobody loves him anymore. Like, nobody loves Superman anymore. But we understand that he's a legacy character. Everyone loves him because he's Superman, but they don't love him because he's the perfect character. It's hard to write Superman to lose when you know he's always going to win. Every person that I've run into is like, yeah, I love Superman. And they're like, but I hate that he's just so good. Like, he's so perfect. And it's like, well, that's his whole like trope.
That's why the comics were always interesting, because it was like he's the person that wants to be the least Superman.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be Superman.
Yeah.
But he understands like the responsibility that he has.
Yeah. And but that's why I like the dynamic on how they chose to make Supergirl, where like they made her like I drive a Volkswagen Beetle, I need my Starbucks Frappuccino with a venti, like, and you need to get it done. If not, I'm gonna have a really fucking bad day. Like, I like that. I kind of dig that, because back in the day she was almost the exact same character as Superman, like almost the exact same written, just as a female that just didn't know what Earth was like.
Yeah,
I like the little course. I like that. I'm not against that.
No, I'm not against that concept. I'm just saying they're taking the concept and they're doing way too much with it. Yeah. It's like if she shows up in like some sort of vehicle, like for instance, you still gotta make the world make sense.
Makes sense.
Like I'll like, this actress is a really great casting for Supergirl.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, I think she's pretty. I think she looks good. I think they made her suit even better than Superman's suit in this new movie. Like, if you look at the trailer, like the belt and everything, it looks way better than Superman's suit.
Even better than the Supergirl in the Flash film.
Yeah.
Remember, Supergirl was in Flash.
Yeah.
So
so like, it's like you have so many things going for you, but the thing is, it's like, instead of taking this concept and adding it to this character, it's like they're taking their personal experience of some teenager they met that James Gunn and all these people had to live with, and then making her Supergirl, and that's the story that's built around it. It's like, no, this isn't the Supergirl character that even we're getting from the Superman movie. You know, because first of all, you don't want her acting that way. She's still a Kryptonian. It has to make sense. So her specific language that she uses isn't gonna be the way humans speak, even if she's speaking English. It's just not gonna work that way. And then, like her going off world and like having an identity crisis, that's all well and fine, but you don't just deteriorate completely. And I get that, like maybe she has the trauma from the entire civilization being destroyed, but the lines they use are not good. Like
Yeah, yeah.
like I have no one. It's like literally you're talking to Clark, another Kryptonian, that who knows what lore they're using that maybe you're responsible for, but if anything, you should be gravitating towards Clark because he's another Kryptonian.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, it makes sense.
You know?
But it's the Spock situation. Like Spock loses the entire planet. He was in exile. He never really felt that he was connected to the fucking guys with the ears. But when they destroyed the entire planet, he was like, it's hard to understand when they eradicate an entire extinction, and you're like the only three left, right? So I get the turmoil. Right. But Derby, I wanted to ask you too before, because I really want to get your mindset on this, because to me, you're the target audience for these guys, and I know you're going to enjoy it because you're a DC guy. You're going to love it, and to see it come up, and I know that Relic, myself, Brian, Trigger, we all believe the same thing. Like, we don't want DC to fail. We're critical on it because we expect more, because they have so much experience on making these characters make sense, right? But the other thing that I wanted to ask is, James Gunn does Superman and makes crypto like a huge major component in it. And now it looks like in the Supergirl film, crypto again plays another, like almost like a weak chain link. And like he gets hurt, and then the whole story revolves around it. Almost, it looks like in the trailer. Might not.
Motivation, yeah.
Yeah, and we understand that James Gunn's, that's his real dog, like the whole thing. So like, I don't know if he's doing the same thing he did with his wife in the
make John Cena boner.
No, like, yeah, it's not gonna have someone bone the dog though.
Yeah, but John Cena.
No, but make it to be where she's like, hey, my wife doesn't get a lot of acting gigs, but I'm gonna make her an actor. Like, I'm gonna force this bitch. And the same thing he did with his brother, which a lot of people didn't like his brother as an actor. He was just an extra before the Guardians, and in the Guardians they were like, yo, let's kill off Yondu, a very original, the part of the original Guardians of the Galaxy set, and let's bring in Kraglin as the fucking new Yondu. And it didn't really make sense to me, but I understood as like, if I was gonna make a movie, like I'm gonna cast fucking Derpy as the fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger character, and I'm gonna choose fucking Relic to be my guy on the computer that gives me all my information in my movies, because I want my friends to be up. So like, I feel like he's doing the same thing, but for his dog, right? But digressing from that, how do you feel? How are you excited, and why are you excited for the Supergirl film coming up?
I think it has to deal with that I've read the source material. I don't know if Relic's read the source material, or you read the source material, or Chris.
Yeah. When you told me about it, I did.
And it's rough in the beginning, for certain people, but overall, from pure like creativity, it's actually the art style and the writing is somewhat pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's good.
But it does fall off by the end. I'll say that it does fall off by the end, but because the ending's not that very good. But overall, like creativity, creates plot wise, it was a pretty good story. And
well, it is a flagship.
But they borrowed from it, and basically, some of it, not fully, and that's what kind of makes me nervous.
Okay.
Because they definitely put new things that aren't from the source material that together.
Yeah.
But I think it's definitely getting the movie in general is definitely getting pre-hate, which I don't like at all.
Yeah, those things are gonna happen either way. All movies are getting that nowadays, dude. All movies.
But the thing is, people aren't hating on it because they automatically think
it's gonna fail.
The script is bad. They're saying, from what we see and what James Gunn has done in the past, I predict this.
Yeah.
Like nobody's like just saying like I haven't watched the trailer, I know it's trash. It's like no, because I watched this trailer. This is what I felt from it, and this is why I don't like it.
Yeah.
And that's fair. And again, I've seen the same people criticize something, and then we want to eat crow. We want to be proven wrong.
Yeah.
Like if the Supergirl movie truly is good, I'll definitely be the first to be like, yeah, it's freaking awesome. Everything I said, it's fine. Like that trailer still made me feel that way.
Good, but it'll probably
Can you
it's
imagine 10
like,
years of DC, baby?
No,
If
it's
they
like
get
Clayface. It's
so
like
excited for
Clayface.
that.
Like if Clayface absolutely sucks, I still think this trailer was incredible.
Yeah.
That's just being objective. It's simple. Like one of the reasons I won't go to the source material for Supergirl is because I go to the source. I went to the source material for James Gunn's Superman because he said that it's going to be based off the All-Star Superman.
Yeah.
Right?
Said multiple, not just All-Star.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, like in the beginning, he said All-Star. I don't know if you remember years
Yeah,
ago
he did say
right
it was gonna
after
revolve around that.
right after Black Adam, he's like
it.
we're taking this straight out of All-Star, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. It's not my favorite iteration of Superman, but it's a really well written comic. There's still a lot of comic-y logic in it, which is dumb. Like I got my son the full collection of the All-Star Superman for his birthday.
It's a good story. It's cool. It's fun.
Yeah.
It
It's
just
all right.
happens to be that Superman's dying.
Yeah, Superman's dying like right in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
So when the only thing that I saw in the movie that he took from All-Star was the robots in the Fortress of Solitude, I was like, that's the only thing I see from All-Star Superman. Like Mr. Terrific is in this too early. Guy Gardner is way too early in this.
Yeah.
Hawkgirl has no presence. She's a nothing character. There's kaijus. You know, we already got Lex cloning. He hasn't even been to prison yet. Like, we got Ultraman. We got there's so many things happening. That's like this isn't just taking.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, this it wasn't just taking 1, 2, 3 comics. Like he went through so many comics. Just be like, I like this page. Cool, we're putting that in there. I like this. We're putting that in there, and it just made it completely incoherent.
Yeah.
And now Supergirl, that's what I expect.
I really think though, but I really think that they are taking, like Derpy makes a really good point. Like Derpy says the Supergirl comic book that they're following, it's okay. Like it's not the greatest of like comic books, right? Like we can agree to that. But that is like probably one of the top Supergirl stories.
Yes.
So like that's it. That's the reason why they have to pull from it is because like that's her flagship comic book arc that people know her for. Right. Even though like the story isn't like super crazy and it's not complex, it's very much like man bad, girl strong, go save girl. Like it's very, very simple and it's tribal because of the people. Like it's just one of those things like that's all they have to build off of for Supergirl.
Right.
Like, there's no really other big story.
I get that, but that's from comics, and those comics didn't sell well.
Like,
but
for this,
they're
for
built
Supergirl,
off like
did.
Of like the normies.
Yeah.
Like what people know Supergirl from is the animated series.
Yeah.
Justice League.
That's
what
too
they
simple.
know from is the movies.
That's too simple.
I totally agree, but we have TV shows like TV shows where first normies got into it. So we got Smallville, we got like the Supergirl, even though it's a terrible movie, the Supergirl movie that's supposed to tie into the Christopher Reeve. So like people like if you go up to a regular person, they might not know nothing of the story, but if you say, "Do you know who Nightwing is?" they'll probably say, "I don't know." But if you say, "Do you know who Supergirl is?" Like, yeah, I'll know who Supergirl is. She's like Superman's sister or cousin or something.
But that's the thing. That's all they know.
But
that's the thing is they all know. The only other thing that they're going to know from that is this story that Derpy brought up that it's connected to, and if not, then the animated film where Darkseid takes her and makes her one of the women of Darkseid. But they're not going to do that because that's like subjugating women. You know what I mean? They're not going to do that.
Yeah, because it's actually a decent story and they don't want to do anything
But again, that was a great story because they really gave Supergirl her own identity, which is they never did in the film, but they did in the story that Derpy is talking about. It's just that every iteration of Supergirl that they're given, other than that animated film, which DC does amazing animated shit. I will tell you that is like the greatest of comic book animations ever. Is anything DC does animated, right? But the story itself of the Woman of Tomorrow or Supergirl, Girl of Tomorrow, whatever, it's a very like basic template hero journey story, and it looks like that's kind of what they're doing, other than adding Lobo because Jason Momoa has star power, right?
Yeah.
Star power, right? And then later on they'll bring him in. He'll be the guy that flies in to help the Justice League punch Darkseid in the face in space, and you know what I mean. Like that's what James Gunn does well, is bringing these people back in later. It's like the Star Fox reference in the
he did well. World. I don't think he's doing it well.
But that's just joke. Yeah, do a barrel roll. But that's just shtick, right? That's the shtick. So,
but just to answer the DV crew little riddle.
Well, hold on. I want to help because Derpy's already. He needs to head out.
You need to head out, Derp?
Yeah, I'm gonna head out. It's almost
Derpy. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much, man. We'll let you get some.
Appreciate it.
Hey, bro. Congratulations on all your stuff and happy Twitch anniversary. Happy Twitch anniversary, dude. Happy Twitch anniversary, dude. You're just gonna fucking Twitch in your channel. They're just gonna have a seizure. Twitch anniversary, dude.
Yep.
That's a happy Twitch anniversary, bro.
And you just acted like a Marvel fan right there.
Typical Marvel fan. Someone said,
all right.
I'll see you, brother.
See you, fellas.
See you, Derp.
Yeah.
And the DV crew, do you see that riddle?
No, wait. I gotta go back. Hold on. Let me pull this down real quick. Okay. Comments. The riddle. Here is the riddle. If you're walking down south but going uphill in elevation, are you going down or up?
Yeah. Since we're on a sphere, you're going up. So going down south isn't going down. It isn't going up either, and it isn't going side.
Are you talking space stuff?
You're going direction, but if you're going up a hill, you're going up in elevation. So
well, technically, if you want to get complicated, we are
because
on a sphere.
When you go south, it's somebody's new north, and when you go north, it's somebody's new south.
Mm-hmm. But we are. So
you're technically always north and south.
And in space, there is no direction. So technically, there is no up or down in space.
How about you suck me sideways? Fool?
Yeah, did I know that direction? No, but you know the Supergirl concept, right? Going back to it, like Derpy, I understand his state, right, where he stands. He's a DC fan nonetheless. He wants it to be successful, and he's gonna love it either way. Me, I love comic books, dude. Like I love storytelling. I like good shit. I just feel that.
But I think we're just talking about mindset at that point.
Makes it so simple, dude. It's such a simple story, dude. Like there's no complication to it. It's
simple stories are fine. That's not the problem. It's the execution.
Like I'm gonna tell you how this goes. Watch.
Yeah.
Supergirl is isolating herself to deal with her depression. She finds a place in space that James Gunn, the director, establishes that there are, and you know what it's probably going to be? It's going to probably be a Detective Monkey's bar.
Good
Detective
Lord,
Chimps.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's probably going to be that bar in space. Like, and if that happens, like, that's like deep cuts, dude. Like in the DC universe,
yeah, like
which is cool as fuck, but it's bad at the same time. Like I'm for it. I'm for it if they do that, because then you get some kind of DC reference. You get some backstory.
Callbacks and showing the fans that like, hey, look, you remember this, like, and it still makes sense to the story. That's awesome. That's great. You know, it's kind of like they did that for the normies. Like, hey, look, Lou Ferrigno's in the Hulk movie.
Yeah, or
guess who he was.
Here's like, what if? Here's the Watcher.
Once a deep cut that nobody really notices is on No Way Home when like Ned and that version of MJ Zendaya, like they have their mind erased and he's going in. The guy who's waiting there, that's the original live action Spider-Man from like the original TV show from back in like the 70s or
like
whatever.
The fucking 70s. Like no,
but that's like show. I know. But
that was like Shazam with the fucking Billy Batson guy that was like 900 years old standing in the street. Like, oh my goodness.
No. I get that, but it's like a nice callback to be like, hey, look, like we did some things for people who are even fans of this.
Well, I'm gonna raise that and say it was
nothing crazy.
It was done way better by the CW when they did the crazy fucking
Flash
crossover, the Flash crossover, and they brought in the original Dick Grayson from the original Adam West series.
Yeah.
That was, and then they brought in the fucking
the original the Flash actor.
Oh well, no,
the original Flash show was the dad. Yeah,
but even
and then
even
they made
crazier than that was the Eckhart, not Eckhart, but the other detective from the Batman movie in the original Tim Burton movie, the one that's with Vicky Vale, the cop or the reporter guy. He's in the city also. Like those callbacks make more sense because they were like established characters and actors in the film. No one's gonna remember that Spider-Man guy just being like some random dude in the back that's like, "Oh, here are your cookies" or whatever. Like,
well, like we say that, but for instance, like when you go to a comic book shop, right? Like there's different types of characters you meet. And one of those characters you're going to meet is the lore master. That makes you feel like you're not even a fan when you talk to that person.
Yeah, I got him.
They're like super autistic on
the guy
one
that knows the
book.
nose.
yeah. Like he knows like what time the writer was taking a dump when he wrote this. Like
I got you.
Like the guy that knows everything. So like those people, even though they're like kind of nutty, they contributed so much to the comic industry just by their purchases and like how they like talk to people and all that stuff, that like maybe those guys, like they wanted to give a call back to those guys. Like everybody that they give a call back to usually deserves that kind of respect. Like, hey, look, like who like in a movie where you got Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland, 3 different eras. Let's put one that's in an era that maybe the grandfather or the dad is taking their family to watch this movie because it's connecting to all their eras. And then they're like, hey, I know that actor. That was the original Spider-Man. Because that's how big of a Spider-Man fan I am. That at my time, we got comics and we got this little crappy show.
True.
You know
I get it.
Stuff like
that. That's what we had. Yeah, that's what we had. I get it.
And to going back to the Supergirl stuff, the big issue is like how it's all being portrayed. It's not that she can't go through something. It's not that she can't have problems. You know? It's the way she's going about it, the way they're portraying her. Like, dude, all I could think about was how much she probably stinks. Because, like, she ain't showering. Like, dude, she's got piss on her floor from her dog. There is beer bottles everywhere. I'm like, this chick has got to be stinky, dude.
Yeah, but that's like, just portraying the character as what it is that she's doing. Like,
well, like, no, like one night.
Well, I mean, do they have a shower like Spaceballs where they just pull it out of a beer can and they crack the can and you have a shower? Like, you know, there's so many ways that you can kind of trope showers and sci-fi and
totally. But like when you're putting out a trailer, you want to put out like the scenes that are gonna make the audience ask the most questions to entice them to get to this movie.
Yeah,
you like. It's supposed to get people who are like, man, this movie's probably gonna suck.
Yeah,
and then when that person watches it, they're like, actually, this might be pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, I know James Gunn is behind it. I know these directors are behind it. But everything I'm seeing looks like it's gonna be great. It's kind of like one of the best ways to look at it is like Ridley Scott.
Okay.
Ridley Scott has produced and directed some incredible films, and he's also produced and directed some hot garbage.
Yeah.
You know, Zack Snyder, he's also another good example. He did The Watchmen. He did 300, but then he also did Sucker Punch. He V for Vendetta. But then he also did Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch was okay.
Yeah, it's because you're retarded.
I thought it was all right. I think the visuals were really cool. Like other than that, I don't think the story was great.
Yeah, but then he, I
like what he did visually, and I think that's the only reason. Yeah, Man of Steel was kind of iffy.
Yeah.
It's crazy because I have so many people in my life that are into like the same stuff that I do, and they will die on that pit and be like, Man of Steel was amazing, and I'm like, why? Like, what do you mean? Like, they don't even give us like a proper Superman.
Look, it's because of emotional connection. Okay?
Yeah, I get it.
It's some people can't,
it's just because it's Superman.
Can't separate it. They're like, I love Superman. I think Henry Cavill's the best looking Superman.
Yeah,
you know,
or it goes with anything. It's like
it's
if the company says it's gold, then it's gold. In my opinion, that's that's like kind of like Derpy in the way that he feels like the Superman movie is, and the Clayface. Like, I think Clayface is stupid. Like I know the trailer looks cool, but like it doesn't, unless they're going to approach it the way they did the Penguin, which was a great series that brought you a lot of emotion. But then that means all the other stuff surrounding these characters has to follow the same format. So that means Matt Reeves has to be the director of the Batman in this new universe. So for them to be like, yo, Clayface is this, but them to be like, nah, Matt Reeves is what Batman, he's not the Batman. Because the Batman movie was shit.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't good. It's crazy to understand that
there's like two separate films in that movie.
Yeah, the Robert Pattinson Batman was overshadowed by the Penguin, like over fucking shadowed by the
by
Penguin.
like a mile too. Yeah. Like people talk more about the Penguin than the Batman movie.
You would think it was opposite. You would think that care would have been.
It should be opposite. Film. It should be.
And then we're gonna get a Clayface movie, and in this entire talks, James Gunn is like, nah, like what is it? Robert Pattinson's Batman's really not the type of Batman we're going for. Like, he's not really the dude we're probably looking at. It's probably not going to be him. Mm-hmm. And it's like, well, why are you still using Matt Reeves as the dude that's making and producing these things? Like, why would you want him there if you don't want his skill? And Clayface follows a tragic story which does not follow anything of James Gunn's format. When was the last time you ever saw James Gunn do a serious role, like a serious directing role, like something that he's which one?
It's Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo. But like, you know what I mean? Like everything is goofy. Everything is goofy with James Gunn. Everything is goofy. So like for them to be like, for James Gunn to be like, yeah, like he adopted this film Clayface. It wasn't his thing, but he's like 100%. This is our first film. It's like why?
Yeah,
like why?
I 100% believe James Gunn should stay away from anything Batman.
Yeah.
You know, I definitely
genre.
think that
it's not his genre. You need someone that can write noir or like Vantage Point or something very like straightforward and strict. You need something like that. Yeah. That can make complexity.
Well, like it's first off, like it's okay to be a fan of something.
Yeah.
But you need to be able to be critical of it. Like there's no problem of liking something and knowing it's also garbage.
Yes.
Like this sucks. Like for instance, Man of Steel. Love Henry Cavill as Superman. Mm-hmm. I think he has a great look. I think, and it's not just like the superficial stuff like, oh, he doesn't smile that much in the movie, and it's the color grading, even though I think the color grading should be much better. But, you know, like for instance, lore-wise, like the things that don't make sense in that movie. We've talked about it, like, he got mad and literally ruined a dude's life by destroying his semi-truck. Like, dude, like he freaking right, yeah, like even I love the Christopher Reeve Superman. It's the best one we've got. But even on the second one, like he goes back to the bar and hits a dude, and it's like it's not really what Superman would do.
Did he depower himself?
He depowered himself to bone Lois. Yeah,
but that's during that time, right?
Yeah, but then he got his powers back and then went back to beat up the guy.
I thought he like broke his hand when he did that, didn't he?
He broke his hand.
The first time.
Yeah, and then they just left the bar, or the diner, and then he went when he got his powers back. Like one of the end scenes of the movie is him going back and dealing with the guy.
Yeah, like, well, that to me, it's like he's just trying to one up the guy because it hurt his feelings or whatever. Like I get it.
I get that, but it's like you move on. Like you're not gonna risk the identity of Clark Kent to do that.
But wait. The Man of Steel one, again, we've talked about this because of continuity. When the guy pours his beer on Superman's head, the weight and like the like the technicality of water would not fuck his skin up at all. He wouldn't feel it at all. Like it wouldn't even like affect his hair.
Well, he didn't move.
Hydration. Like nothing was.
Okay. Wait. The hair stuff is like that's your little.
No, but like, it's real. It's real. No. If I pour water on this wall, it's not gonna do shit to it. And this is like a fake like plaster wall. Like if I do it to rock or steel, water's not gonna do jack shit to it. Well, it's not gonna affect it.
No, I totally get where you're coming from. Totally get it, but it's like one of those things that's like it's such a tiny thing that you could suspend your disbelief on that, right? Yeah. But like, okay, he didn't act when the water got pulled on him. Okay, makes sense. He stepped forward, the girl stopped him. Like, okay, yeah, like it ain't worth it really. and then he still destroyed the guy's semi truck. So like,
and then quits
that
his
guy
job. So they're gonna be
quits
like,
his
was
job.
it that guy? That
Yeah,
was it
yeah,
the guy
like
that just
it's
quit that I poured
pretty
beer on that kid?
pretty dumb to do. And then even as a teenager, and he's like talking to Papa Kent, and then doesn't save him, just lets a tornado rip right through.
Yeah, mind
Like
you, later on, like 2 films later, the same guy like is able to keep up with a dude that they cannot see when they blink.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
there's no way.
and with like little to no training, actually dying by the way. But then like like before that, you have Pa Kent saying that maybe you should have let them die. That's not something that Pa Kent would ever say in any iteration. And like he's all about finding his like where he came from, his story, what's going on, and then when he has a chance to be like, oh, there's a bunch of embryos that we could repopulate Kryptonians, and they could potentially even be good like me.
And they're all in your skull bone.
Yeah, I'm just going to just destroy it. They had their chance, and then just commits genocide right there on literally erasing their entire Kryptonian race. So he is like the main contributor to destroying the Kryptonian race. And then you get like Zod that has like, he's a one-dimensional character, and it's like fine, like he was, I could get past that, but his whole mind is just military, but it's also about taking over, and it's also about repopulating. Like, where is this character going?
Yeah, because the dad, it doesn't make any sense either, because it makes it seem that you're born into classifications and you cannot break.
And he's supposed to be also highly intelligent, and he's trying to convince Superman by showing him a vision of standing up on top of a bunch of skulls that are his loved ones and the people he loves in the world that he loves. And that's how you're going to try to convince Superman to get on your side. That's pretty stupid and insane. Like, and then like lore things that are in the film, like Lois Lane is going on the Arctic expedition, and the military dude is like, hey, you better get inside, because after this time it's going to get this degrees below freezing, and you're only going to have like 5 minutes if you don't even have like even with a jacket. And then she literally climbs all the way up. That most likely took an hour, and somehow she just pops up behind Clark, follows him in the cave, still ice by the way, and doesn't freeze at all.
Yeah, well,
just has a little cold breath.
Like 3 scenes before that, like Clark Kent is like hitchhiking, and then the next moment he's helping this chick off of like a black site military base that no one should know about, and it's probably only military personnel that work there. And he got a job as the fucking bag handler. You know what I mean? Like, how the fuck did he just walk in and get that job?
Yeah, and it's like you write these things so that we could believe it. You're like, why recreate it if, like, by the way, it's just a movie, it's a comic movie. That's a stupid argument.
Wait, do you have to?
Then we'll just keep it. We'll just keep it. The first one, Christopher Reeve. We'll never make a Superman movie again, because we can't make one better. We can't make a comic make sense. We can't take something and make it actually fit logically. Yeah. Because the reason like these comic book exists is because we believe that this story is a real story. Like, you can't just say this guy's Superman and then him do a bunch of crazy wacky stuff, like have powers of Mr. Fantastic, and then we see a Mr. Fantastic comic and be like, this one copied that. You know, like, what are we doing here? If it's Superman, and then you say that he's a dude that grew up on a farm on our planet called Planet Earth, take our whole world, the physics, everything that we know, put in a comic book, and then implement these characters in our world, it has to still make sense. You can't just say it's a comic book, it's a movie. Like, it has to make logic. When you adapt something, you have to make it better and increase the adaptation before.
So, Am I Vile asks, you know, you've probably answered this before, but what is your hate for the Superman movie? And then
Man of Steel?
It's like, our arguments are stupid, which is understandable. But mine, it's pretty much cut and dry. One, you have a Superman who is way more emotional and darker, that it doesn't really make sense for him to be in that nature because he chose to put himself in those actions. So him being alone and isolated and being that he's not cared for or whatever, his mother character is still there and treats him super well. The father character died because the way they wrote the father was very inconsistent to the way he supported Clark and his ability to change the world through his actions to be a Superman and be a hope and a beacon of light. They wrote the Man of Steel without him being a beacon of hope. The only hope that Superman has is when Lois is established. No, is when Lois is established. That's the only reason why he has hope. Without Lois, he just becomes a piece of shit dude. Like in every iteration, no matter what, the moment they remove Lois, he, fucking fist fights Batman, even though knowing it's a fucking trick or whatever. There's a bunch of stupid shit that's going on when they do that. Yeah, you see, like even in Factor, Amivial says, I didn't even like the father's deaths. Yeah, because later on, you end up finding out that he is able to keep up with the Flash.
Why'd you say that name, Amityville?
Yeah, why'd you say that name? Martin, no! Like, that was even the dumbest thing. But, like, okay, so going back, like I said earlier, you end up finding out that he could have saved his dad without the other people knowing that he saved the dad because he can move so fucking fast. I mean, there's a million things. And so for the dude to be like, no, don't get me or whatever, and then lets him get sucked up. I mean, fuck it. He could have grabbed him when he was midair. Like when the dad gets sucked up into the thing, he just disappears. It doesn't make any sense. He would have been blown up and he could have caught him in the air and saved him. I mean, he's
because he knows how to jump. He just doesn't know how to fly yet. He doesn't know that he can fly.
See, I really doubt that because they never established when his
they showed him later that like him taking his first flight
okay,
with
like
the suit, right?
okay, that makes sense. Like as an adult, he's learning, right?
Like the
that makes sense.
Big issue is like just logical jumps that have major implications, right? We're not nitpicking here.
Yeah.
Like for instance, there's a drone flying. Like at the end of the movie, there's a drone flying to figure out who he is, and he's like, I know you're trying to figure out where I hang up my cape, and then they're like, I need to know if you're on our side. And then he just gives it away. He's like, I grew up in Kansas. That's as American as it gets. Like, that might be a funny line, but now you just narrowed the entire planet down to a state. And all they have to do is wait for the satellite to get to the images and go back 30 years.
Yeah, and find
or however, like whenever, there was meteors or something from space that came down on Earth at the time.
And also,
like, now I know that you're freaking Clark Kent, stupid.
You find out that a mysterious person saved a bunch of kids from a drowning bus. That are like 12 kids witnessed this, but didn't want to give like who it was or whatever the fuck. Like that shit's gonna be like, wow, what are the odds of that happening? And you just fucking narrow it down.
Well, like also that's the reason why we keep getting newer comics is to also retcon or redo some lore thing. Like there's the whole comic line where Jor-El is like, I'm going to give you guys a chance as an adult. Practically erasing everybody's mind, getting him the Kryptonian glasses that, like, when you put it on, people don't remember Clark without glasses in Smallville. People remember him with glasses, and it's able to differentiate the face. Glasses. Yeah, and so it's like, glasses. Because also Jor-El can mess with time, but, like, there's major implications. Like, like the world needs to be in balance. If you're going to mess with time and you save somebody from death, somebody else needs to die.
Yeah, of course.
Most likely going to be closer to you than that person originally was. So like it's the, like, for instance, the destruction of Metropolis, totally understandable, but the reason why it's dumb is because that destruction tells a story of Clark's character. This is what good writing versus bad writing. When you see the Avengers movie, they don't save everybody from the city, the damages that happen in the city, right? But they make a pretty freaking big effort to clear people out from danger.
Yeah.
They wrote that in the movie to make sure that's like, hey, like, this isn't just gonna be we're gonna take a comic scene and it's cool to see buildings crash and good guys fighting villains, because then the good guys just become villains because they're willing to risk anybody's life for a fist fight.
I think they ended up saying
You know
that
what I
it
mean?
was like 55,700 people that died in the Metropolis battle. But by
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
that was like going to be the same almost amount number when they.
Well, also it went to
Chicago.
Gotham. It went all the way to Gotham because
Well, I mean, fucking
the
the
Wayne Tower gets
geographic.
destroyed.
Well, the geographical fucking map of this place is fucking stupid. Because I mean, fucking Metropolis is apparently like a water distance from Gotham, which doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah,
So like later on, they like man versus Batman. What Batman versus Superman? They can see each other from across the river or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
What geographical place?
Again,
is
I'm
this?
I'm talking about how stupid this is. I'm
Yeah.
not defending it. It's like this is, and it's not to hate on Zack Snyder. I think Zack Snyder truly is a fan.
Yeah.
I don't think his vision was good. I think he also was rushed by the studios to make Batman v Superman the way it was. I think he was rushed to get to Justice League. Totally understand that. But every single movie of his, regardless if there's fun scenes, really cool stuff in it, it's watered down by all the garbage writing that's a part of it.
Yep.
The Aquaman movies to the Justice League movie to the Wonder Woman movie. It like the Wonder Woman movie is a ridiculous movie, but it made $1 billion. But it's a really stupid movie. You know, like not counting Wonder Woman 2, I forgot that exists.
Yeah,
Like, Man of
I
Steel.
thought
Like,
Wonder Woman 1 was cool, but it was so weird for it to be like done in such like a small
Yeah.
like a street, like or like a little town in like Germany. It wasn't
or
like a
also
big,
making the Germans the bad guys in World War One. It's like,
yeah.
also, how do you know just because they're chasing one guy that speaks a different language? You don't know if Chris Pine is the bad guy. You just kill them off before you can figure out who the bad guy
And man, did they fuck
good
up
guys are.
Ares as a villain,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh, Ares is atrocious. Yeah,
Yeah, they fucked him up bad, dude. It's just a bunch of close-ups of the actor, dude.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, the reason why I'm not like a big fan of Man of Steel, it wasn't because Henry Cavill did a bad job or anything. I think he's amazing, but I just
No,
think
I want to see Henry Cavill back as Superman. I really would love that.
I think he was still the
But
best.
I just don't
we've
think
had.
Zack Snyder should write it.
Yeah, he shouldn't write anything. Sucks at writing.
Yeah.
That's like his
Like-
movie or whatever that he made. Like, what was that last movie he made?
The zombie one?
Nah,
Or no,
that one sucked too.
he did Rebel Moon.
Yeah, Rebel Moon sucks.
Yeah.
Part 1, 2, and 5 or whatever he did.
Yeah,
The zombie one was stupid as fuck. He had zombies impregnating
Super
women and
dumb.
just making zombie babies. Like that's stupid. Like
just all of it
was
made
that
no
the one with
sense.
Dave Batista?
Yes.
See, and then they ended up
Unfortunately, I
doing a
watched
cool
that crap.
thing. They ended up doing a cool thing where they were like, "Oh, is this a time loop, a paradox?" Because apparently, like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
clothes in the safe, and apparently, like it just keeps
Dude,
happening over and over again.
don't.
I thought that was okay. Someone's
Yeah,
fucking
whatever,
Treyarch
man.
Zombies fan, dude.
Yeah.
But
Like-
yeah, that's my take on the Man of Steel story. It's not
Well, like
fact that it's
here's
Hollywood OSX.
here's my take that I don't think Hollywood would ever do. Like the Russo brothers, it makes sense because you should have more than one mind working on a comic book movie,
True.
right?
True. I think that's
Like I don't like what they did with Endgame, but they did great with Civil War. They did great with Infinity War. Now, when you're taking multiple comic adaptations, and like Zack Snyder, he probably could write a decent Batman, but he needs to be tamed. Somebody else needs to come in and be like, "Hey, we're not gonna adapt The Dark Knight. It's not a universe story. It's a one-off comic series that's just that, The Dark Knight, and we're not gonna have him." Impregnate Lois and go with that storyline that he wanted to go with, you know,
Oh god, dude.
like the stuff that he wanted to
trash.
do was insane, and he was like, "Yeah, I still think it's a good idea."
Yeah.
Like the whole cheating on Superman with
That's
Bruce
so
Wayne thing,
bad,
it's
dude,
so
like-
stupid. But like even with that, it's like, yeah, you might have some talent. You do. Like he did The Watchmen. It was a great comic book.
He didn't write
freaking
it, though.
movie. Yeah, but he directed it.
Yeah, but he didn't
So like
write
he
it. It's the writing part.
So that's like, okay, get some people to direct. Like the Green Lantern show, I think it's gonna suck because they have two of the worst writers ever, Tom King and the dude that did the Watchmen series.
Yeah.
Forgot his name. So it's most likely gonna suck, but at least it's a team. You know.
Yeah, two
So-
people bouncing ideas off of each other.
Yeah, which also makes the failure even worse because that means like you both fought back on different ideas and you guys both came up with this and it
it's
might have
bad.
been worse. And it's
There was
bad,
some stuff
you
that
know?
just happened with the Green Lantern stuff, right? They just took it
I-
back and
I haven't heard anything.
They took it off the coming soon shit. Like it's kind of been removed.
Really?
Yeah. And I think it's because they're gonna kind of like redo the hues in the suit, and they listened to the people that it was too brown and shitty, and they took green out of the title. Like, so like it looks like they're kind of like, fuck, maybe we did mess up. Let's go back and fix it a little bit or whatever. But
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. But
Like,
yeah,
I hope, like, again, I hope all of it's good.
yeah,
But Man of Steel, or not Man of Steel, going to the James Gunn Superman, like, there's so many implications to the universe. Like, let's just take that and like kind of go off Amityville's questions. Like, oh, it's a comic book film. Like, well, you got major implications with Lex already knowing how to clone. You got Clayface coming in. He could clone Ultraman. He's also working for the U.S. government. So that means the U.S. government, if they have a chance to make super soldiers like Superman to protect their planet, because also other beings are coming in, and you could also make pocket dimensions and pocket prisons and pocket universes.
Yep.
They're not gonna want your mind for that. Not just the U.S. government, any government.
yeah.
So
I
then,
think
like,
that's gonna be like the impression of the negative verse or whatever they have.
well, like the implications of having Lex
Phantom
that
Zone.
powerful and that intelligent, like you can't make, like he made so many stupid decisions in the Superman movie
Superman
that
movie.
it doesn't make sense to his character.
Yep.
But then, what are you gonna do for him to break out? Because it only makes sense that he's also working with multiple governments to protect the world from Superman or outside forces like Superman.
Yeah,
Because you also were able to subdue him, and even though we don't trust you anymore, regardless if it makes sense how they got to that point, but going off that movie, they're still gonna utilize him.
100%.
So
100%.
it's like you can't just say like it's a comic book movie. It doesn't have to make sense. I think it's really important that like whatever they establish, whatever they put in, they got to think of what kind of implications it sets for the future. Not saying that every character has to make a perfect decision, but their decision has to make sense to
the
the
universe.
character and how that character reacts to their emotional states.
Yeah,
Like
100%.
if we have a person die in our life, you're gonna react differently than how I'm gonna react because of our
Yeah.
personalities, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and we can
Why
have the
wouldn't
exact
it be
same
this way in film?
experiences, huh?
And why wouldn't it be that way in the films, right? It has to be
Yeah, yeah.
complex. And that's what I'm talking about, like the continuity stuff. Like it has to make sense, like in the duality sense. Like if it does one thing in the universe, it has to do the same thing, even all the way down into like
Well,
the smaller
it's also
stuff.
to the point you made earlier. Like, how do you differentiate the characters?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if Superman's this way and then Supergirl's this way. Like, yeah, you can make them go through certain things, but that just means they're going through something. They're reacting a certain way, but based off their character. So give me their character, so that it makes sense why they're reacting this way. How did they grow up? Was she always insufferable? Was she always a sweet girl? Maybe she was sheltered. Like I knew this girl, and I was in Boston. I was doing a service mission, and she had to teach this lesson about like sex and its implications and whatever. She was so sheltered that she couldn't say the word sex.
Of course. Yeah, because it
Yeah.
already made her feel awkward or whatever.
Yeah, it made her super uncomfortable. She couldn't like physically say it. You know what I
That makes
mean?
sense.
So then, like, getting to know her, understanding how her parents raised her, what happened in her life, and you know, like maybe like there's trauma in the beginning, all that stuff. It even though it still is ridiculous, it made sense because her mind developed that logic. You know. So then, if we get like a lot of backstory, and that's why I'm saying like I'm okay if I have to eat crow, but there's certain lines that also don't make sense regardless of the backstory you have. Like if you saw the Supergirl trailer, the little Asian girl that's like her sidekick.
Yeah,
we're
that's the
gonna
girl
get,
from the story. Yeah,
she said like, oh, he killed or they
my
killed
parents. Yeah,
no, she said my innocent parents. That's such a stupid line because when you say my parents, you as a child assume your parents are innocent. So now me as the listener, I'm assuming your parents are not innocent because you're saying my innocent parents. I'm now like questioning who you are and if you are who you say you are, you know, like should I really be helping you because you're saying these words and all these words have an implication on how you say it, when you say it, who you're saying it to, and what your motivation is for saying it. You know, like we don't just throw out random words to get a point across. Like we throw out specific words to get specific points across, or hide specific things. So it's like it's really bad writing, and that's the kind of stuff that really bothers me because they have the talent to do it. They're just not.
Yeah, it should be better.
Like,
that's why we're so critical of this shit. That's why we're so critical.
And just like Peacemaker season 1 and 2, you could tell that even if I think they're both bad, but season 1 is better than season 2, and you could tell that season 2, the dialogue, it sounds like the first draft.
They do like a lot of try-harding and shit like that. Yeah. That's really what it is after that. But yeah, no, I understand. I really hope that what we get in the Supergirl is way better than what we're getting in the trailer. That's all I ask. That's all I ask, for God's sake.
I really hope so. I really hope that, like...
It's not looking good. It's not looking good for Doom or this, man. It's kind of sad, but we'll have to see how it goes. We'll have to give it time.
Well, Doom, we don't have a trailer yet.
Well, apparently there is.
The things we hear doesn't sound good. Yeah, there is a trailer, but...
Yeah. Alrighty, brother. Well, I'm going to get going. What do you got going on this week?
Okay. This week, I will be streaming at least twice. I have a new show. Yeah. My co-host, he has a channel called Bachistinha Daily, and we actually just talk about luxury cars, sports cars like Ferraris, Lamborghinis.
Nice.
On Wednesday nights.
Fuck, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, dude. It's tight. I used to sell sports cars for a living when I was like 21, so I've been in that world, and I still love those kind of cars and everything that's coming out. So we already had our first episode, but it's gonna be every Wednesday night, usually around 9:00.
Dope.
Just like this show for me, it would be 8 p.m. for you.
Yeah,
that's the new exciting stuff. It's called Daily Drive on the channel The Last Relic.
Daily Drive from The Last Relic, boys. Well, congratulations, bro. I hope it works out, and good luck on your second episode.
Oh, and I hit 100 subscribers, so that was awesome.
Boom, baby. Boom. Good job, man. Congratulations, brother. Congratulations. Well, I'm going to start heading out. I don't got much this week except training. I get to take the morning classes off because I'm going to get ready to do kids MMA summer camp next month. So I get to do that in the afternoon, and we're going to be doing that from 10 to 3, and then continuing on to the rest of the day. So I'm going to do like an extra 2 hours or extra hour.
Yeah.
So I'm just taking a month off in the afternoon class so I can get kind of like myself situated. But well, I hope your fucking streams do good. Derpy, if you're out there, I know you're probably asleep in La La Land already, you crazy little fucker. I hope your streams go good too. And to everybody out there, to all extraordinary listeners, we appreciate every one of you all the time. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with us. And we'll see you again here in the Average Boyz podcast next Sunday, 8 p.m. I'll see you guys later. Peace.